Hello. We are
Hello.
here.
We are here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing well, except for a little head cold, but I'm excited because now Cam and Geek Saga and who else is in there? Um, you are now watching and listening and tasting Distance Nerding. She's Frey Girl,
Distance nerd. And he is Jamas 5000.
and young Phil is nowhere to be found. But we're here to nerd together.
Nerd together. I always forget that.
Yeah, it's all right.
I know it's in the script.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. So we're talking about anything pop culture, movies, food, music, wrestling, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Yes,
Oh my
we
goodness.
do.
We got so much going on today. Let's run through this because we have a special guest coming on. So I want to talk to him so much. So I'm super excited. So right now we're gonna have a Geek End update. We're gonna talk to Dave, our special guest from Gem State Comic-Con. We have lights, camera, reaction. Puff up your Cal Chestis. We're watching
Kestis.
Star Wars Survivor the trailer. Do you play Star Wars Survivor or Star Wars?
Fallen Order. I'm
Fallen
actually
Order?
in the process of playing it right now. I got to a
Oh,
point and then Christmas happened and
Christmas.
we got Lego Star Wars Saga. So I
Right.
thought, well, I'll play that first. So
Yeah, there you go. We have no rumors today, which
I
is
know.
amazing.
That's
There's always some kind of nerd rumor out there, but we do have the download, a ton in the download. Be
mhm.
kind, rewind. Is the download going retro? Oh my goodness. There's a lot of like weird retro news today. It's really funny. Then of course we got the breakdown. Prepare to get your mind flared. Mandalorian season 3, episode 3. We're gonna talk about it. But first, we got some shout outs.
You want me to do the pod deck?
Do it.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard you do the pod decks.
I haven't. I haven't done any of the shout outs. So I'm a little excited right now.
Have at it.
Right. So first,
I
I
like
want to
it.
shout out to Poddex. In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. I didn't know if you guys would know that, but we are. Poddex are a unique interview question set and episode starting prompt, and it's in the palm of your hands. It's like playing cards, so you don't have to have a big old board game, and people don't take turns. You just whip out those cards, right? Whether you are a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com. Now, we have used them before in that. And, I find that just using them in normal conversation, I mean, sometimes it gets a little intrusive. Got to pick the right questions, but they are very good at icebreakers.
They're fun.
So,
They're fun.
yeah.
We use them.
I wish I was powered by Poddex.
We use most of them, or we use at least one or two for practically every interview we do, and people tend to gravitate to those and be like, "Oh, that's interesting question," and it becomes a conversation. So it's great.
Yeah, conversation starters. Awesome.
Exactly. So don't forget, use code nerding10, get 10% off your pod decks, and that goes for the merch, goes for the decks, so shirts, hats, coffee mugs, all that business. Speaking of 10% off,
Well, wait a minute.
What?
Somebody wanted to say something. Madison, I'm gonna channel her, and she's gonna say something about it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hi everyone, it's Madison. And so I'm gonna say Poddex saved my life, y'all. I mean, it is fantastic. How do you think I have so many friends and get invited to so many parties? So I used the Nerding 10 for my 10% off. Where were you?
So good.
Thank you, Madison. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Madison. Appreciate it.
You can use that same code nerding10. I love it. Over at Dubby. So Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrins, which I still don't know what those are, sugar fillers, artificial colors or dyes, and is keto friendly. What makes Dubby different from other gaming supplements and energy supplements. W is one of the few drinks that contains Neurofactor, a nootropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. And
Man,
young
I
Phil
could use some
share
today.
it because he's a
Yeah.
jerk and keeps it all to himself. But if you want to find out more about Debbie, go to w.gg. That's the only site I know that's at .gg. And use
Yeah.
code nerding10 to get 10% off all the energy supplements you need.
At
my
checkout.
goodness.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's cool.
So cool. All right, almost there. Speaking of Comic-Cons, Comic-Con Radio is partnering. We're partnering with Comic-Con Radio, Distance Nerding by Comic-Con Radio. It's going to be amazing. We got 2 shows on Comic-Con Radio, so make sure you go to comicconradio.com. It's comiccon-radio.com/podcasts. We have 2 shows there, so you can get this show, the Distance Nerding podcast is there. And our second show, A Comic Conversation, is there as well. So you want to go check out some celebrities, see interviews that we've done, whether it's online or in person. You can go check out those recorded versions later. So you get a little con in your pocket. So check those out. Comic Conversation and Distance Nerding at Comic Con Radio. Oh my God, I had to talk so much, but now we're here. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
This is one of my favorite people in the world. I'll just tell you that right now. Just because he introduces me to so many cool people, but his cons are amazing. Shout out to Marina and all of Colossus Girl Entertainment. They do cons up and down. I guess the West Coast, Midwest. Is Idaho considered?
Yeah, I mean it's right. It's West Coast adjacent.
West Coast adjacent.
Yeah.
We got to get there. But the cons are amazing. Always so much fun. It's so cool to have Dave here with us right now. I'm going to add him. Oh, hold on. I'll get Dave. I'll get to you in 1 second. We have a tardy slip.
You know what? My tardy slip is I'm okay. I get a tardy slip. All right. Because I don't work from home. Okay.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
That's life decisions.
Especially when my management decides, oh no, you don't need any help. It's okay. No, you can have 4 hours of overtime. Damn
it. Well, you're just in time because I'm bringing on one of our favorite people in the world, Dave from Colossus Girl Entertainment and Gem State Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You get out of the way. Boom. Boom. There we go.
Something different about me.
You got a cool hat on. That's what it is.
Yeah, there's a story behind that, but 2 things changed in the off season for conventions. I ditched baseball caps and went old school, old man
newsboy hats.
Newsboy hats, yeah. And I had to get glasses. So I was driving in Salt Lake City and almost ran up a curb, and I realized then I need glasses. So
oh my gosh.
Wait, what do you do if you have glasses and you still do that?
Then you can't drive, I think. Yeah.
Don't tell anyone I still do it.
That just says that the prime intern is terrible at driving, is what it is.
I'll try to keep these off unless I have to read, though. So
I hope you don't have to read.
Well, I know that there's comments, that are good to look at when people are watching and listening. So
look at that. He knows what's up. Dave knows what's up.
Yeah. So I see Cam there who
shout out to Cam.
Yeah, when I saw Cam yesterday, he signed up for the pizza party. I was like, yes. So because it's a real party now. So
yay.
Exactly. It's not a party unless Cam is there.
Is he playing Pizza Papa?
I don't know what he's playing. You just never know what he's gonna do.
Right.
But I have a big surprise for him. I have a big surprise for him that I will give you an exclusive on your show about. But I don't know if he's going to be happy about it or he'll be sad about it or what. So we'll get his reaction, I guess, through the comments. So.
That's awesome, Dave. All right, so for everybody else, like Geek Saga, one of our buddies from like down south, let's tell them about Colossus Girl, about Gem State Comic Con, about you. I don't know, where do we start? Let's start with Gem State Comic Con, which is so close right now.
Yeah, it's April 1st and 2nd. It's a 2-day show in Boise, Idaho, and it's the greatest show in the state. It's amazing. We're looking up to maybe about 20,000 people this year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome.
And we have twice the space and we get bigger and bigger every year. And, I have to say something. We have something that we have called the Forever Pass, where people can go and buy a Forever Pass on our website. And that allows you into all the conventions for your entire life. You don't have to pay a thing. You just walk in, and to any kind of special events. And we always do a lot of special events outside of the conventions. And last year we were at about 40. This year we are already at over 200.
Whew!
So,
wow.
Yeah, can you imagine? And that's not counting the single day and the 2-day tickets and all of that.
That's awesome.
It's great when a convention is just one big family between the attendees, the celebrities, the podcasts, and everyone involved. And it's always great when you have that. So, which can be a great time.
That's so true. That is so true. Like, you have this way of like building a community, whichever town that you have your con in. I noticed that there's always this community that starts to happen and starts to flourish. And luckily we're a part of that too. And we've been lucky to be part of the other cons because we met some amazing people, and you're bringing some amazing people to this show. Dude, I am so stoked.
Well, we like to bring fun people, We like to bring people who really want to be there to be with their fans, and to hang out with their fans. One person I was able to get, he's flying all the way from, I believe, Texas, is Burton Gilliam from
Blazing Saddles.
Saddles.
That is so cool.
And what's so great about him is when you see him, he's dressed exactly like he was in the movie. It's awesome. And he'll hang out at the table with you, and he'll totally act like the character on video for you. So he's such a great actor, and he's such a comedian. Well, he's a comedic actor. So, he is fantastic. And Robert Constantino, there's so many actor names in my head because we got 6 shows, but he's coming, and he played a detective in the animated Batman series.
Right.
Wow.
You guys are more of Batman aficionados than I am, so you probably know the name of the character. But I mean, he's been in
Harvey Bullock.
Yes, Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta. He's been in Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's been in Paper Moon. He's been in that's the other guy. But he's been in so many great movies. It's just a laundry list of stuff. And I know people really enjoy his for the Batman animated. But I like him for Total Recall,
He has a very distinct voice. It was funny because I didn't recognize his name, but then, I've seen Total Recall. I've seen Die Hard 2. I've seen Saturday Night Fever. But then as soon as it said, oh, Batman the Animated Series, Harvey Bullock, oh, I know exactly who that is.
Right.
And then
it's weird because, it's one of those when you may have seen a person for a while, like Robert, and then you recognize them in one thing, and then you go back and rewatch something, and you're like, oh my God, how is he in this too? So it's kind of cool. So.
He has a face that when you see him on camera, you know who he is. He's recognizable. and then Andy McAfee, the voice of Seraph
Yes.
from Land Before Time, and
She's great.
She's done loads of stuff. I know you guys have met her and done interviews with her.
Right.
She's been in Hey Arnold and Tom and Jerry as well. Like and she does like a ton of like voiceover work. I think like
she's the
TNT
sweetest person. Like she's just so nice.
Super nice. Super nice.
And she's actually arriving, I think, next Tuesday, but she's going to be doing some traveling and stuff. So while she's here,
speaking of that pizza party, right?
Yeah, and we have a pizza party, and that's a very intimate thing because people pay to go to the pizza party, and it's a limited amount of people, very small amount of people, and you can hang out, eat pizza with her, and drink sodas, and just talk the night away about anything you want to talk about. And last pizza party we had was with Sam Jones. And like 4 other actors came with him to the pizza party. So people are paying for Andy McAfee to be at the pizza party, but there's going to be some other actors coming with her. So for $30, you get to hang out with celebrities all night and eat free pizza. Are you kidding me?
It's worth it just for the pizza.
Yeah, and
is it Idaho Pizza, the one that
Idaho Pizza Company?
Idaho Pizza Company, right? And it's going to be at their venue, and it's Idaho Pizza Company. They always treat us right. They've been a sponsor with us now for 3 years, and they just have the best customer service and the best pizza for sure. Yeah. And Sam Jones swears by it. Sam Jones loves that pizza place.
I'll swear by it too, because we had it when we were there in Idaho last year, and it was great. Well, it was all in the background. Like, why is nobody leaving the green room area? And then I realized, like, the pizza's there. Like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, we are doing a lot of changes to the floor plan. So the green room's not going to be where it was previously. They have this thing, we're calling it the tower. And it's if you went to the other building, I don't know if you guys had time to go to the other building that's adjacent, but there's this tower you walk up, and it's just this very big like tower thing, and you can sit up there and just overlook the entire floor of the central building, and there's going to be pizza, soda, snacks, all that stuff up there, and that's where it's going to be this year, not directly behind the panels.
Gotcha. Is that where? So in the second room, so there was the big main stage, and then where the Idaho Wrestling Club had their ring. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So it's gonna be the green room, I guess, or the green tower. we'll be in there, and I know it's kind of hard to envision it, but when you get there and you walk up those stairs and see it, you're gonna be like, man, this is the bomb. Because you can sit there and eat pizza and just watch everyone having a great time. So, and the main floor is going to be in that building. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, we've really switched up a lot of stuff to conform with the attendance numbers this year. So
yeah, that's not awesome. Like 20,000. That's a lot of people in one place. So that's
and we get people from California, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, Montana, which Idahoans and Montanans kind of look at each other like brothers. Wyoming, Colorado. I mean, we've had people all the way from North Dakota come to Gem State Comic-Con because
awesome.
You know what? They don't have to pay $300 for a family of 4 to get in. They rather take the nice trip and enjoy the show, and have a good time.
I love it. Hey, going back to the guests. So we mentioned Burton Gilliam. We mentioned Robert Costanza. This is what I love about your shows. You always bring such unique people that I'm like, I don't know who this is. And then I start seeing their IMDb. I'm like, oh, I totally know who this is.
Right.
There's so many actors and talents that you bring to the shows that I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this person's gonna be there. And they end up being the coolest people. Like David Chung, who we saw that we're like, okay, he's gonna be there. That's pretty cool.
He actually reached out to us. He's actually gonna be on the show the week after Gem State.
I want to count how many guests you guys get from Colossus Girl. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe the interviews should be brought to you by Colossus Girl Entertainment.
Yeah.
Hey, make me a reel. I'll play it before the interview.
There you go.
Yeah. David, he is one of the nicest guys. And when we first started talking, he was, I think he was in Thailand at the time, doing some filming. And we started talking, and then he's from London, England. So, to have someone from that area to come to Idaho is a big thrill. And he's going to be in Hollywood. I mean, he's going to be huge. He's done a lot of stuff for Marvel movies, Doctor Strange, a lot of Marvel movies in his in what he's done. And you're just going to see a lot from him. And he, so I say you better get his autograph now and get your photos now before he becomes like the next Bruce Lee or whatever.
Right.
Because, you'll meet him before he gets big. But he's a young guy, and he has loads of talent, martial artist. He's done a lot of commercials in Japan and other countries. And, he's just the nicest, sweetest guy.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I looked at his resume and it said Andor, Star Wars Andor, I'm like, I know exactly who this guy is, because, there's not very many Asians in Star Wars, but I'm like, I knew exactly who he is. But then I looked at 47 Ronin, Black Widow, Doctor Strange, Willow, Fantastic Beasts, Age of Ultron. And that's not even the stuff that's out yet, or the upcoming stuff. Aquaman, Lost Kingdom, the Batgirl movie that we will never see. Wink, wink. And then he's also in the Marvels, that's
Captain cool.
Captain Marvel sequel. So
it's funny how the timing works the way it does, because we just had on the guys from Paper Tigers, and one of the actors from Paper Tigers directed 47 Ronin, which David's in. So it's like, wow, let's just look at that timing.
Yeah.
It's destiny.
It's great.
I can't wait to talk to him. So he seems super cool.
Yeah, and it's great to be able to meet those people from that who've done Star Wars films and TV shows, and you really get a deep perspective of what goes behind the scenes. Truly, I mean, if you talk to a Mark Hamill or a Harrison Ford, they'll sugarcoat everything, and you won't get the truth. You know what I mean? These guys, they're the backbone of the franchise, and they can tell you exactly what goes down. And we had, I forget his name, but he was in Mandalorian. We had him last year, I think. And Kyle Payson. Yeah. And, he'd tell you everything that goes down behind the scenes. And that's what's so amazing. And
so basically you're saying tea with the celebrities. That's what you should do next. So they'll spill that tea for us.
Yeah. And you get to learn a lot of stuff. And that's why the Star Wars fans, they like to meet these actors, because you don't see them every day. And, they're not Harrison Ford, but you know what? Most Star Wars fans are completists. So they want to see every Star Wars person.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
And that's why every actor wants to be in Star Wars.
Right?
So funny. It's so true, though. All the behind the scenes stories are so amazing to hear. Even the voice actors, like you mentioned Andy McAfee earlier, she had some super fun stories from this is just me recording and we're all being crazy, or she's like, I never want to go into the studio again. I only want to record in my pajamas from now on. It's so interesting to hear all those stories. So
then same thing with Peter Kalamis talking about how he came up with Rolf, or Jessie and her experience with Avatar: The Last Airbender, just everybody that we've talked to through Colossus Girl. They've always been super interesting people in general.
Right. And, speaking of Peter Kalamis, he's going to be there.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard this story yet, but I should probably tell it to you guys because it's hilarious. But last year for Silver Age Comic Con in Reno, Nevada, it was my duty to pick up all the celebrities from the airport. And Peter and Andy, they never knew each other, was on the same flight on their way to Reno. And Andy comes up to me in a puff. I grab her luggage and I said, "You okay?" She goes, "Yes, there was just some jerk in a Pokemon hat, really arrogant and in everyone's way and trying to get my luggage. And he was just a jerk. I go, that's weird. She goes, you waiting for someone else? I said, yeah, one more guy. Here comes Peter. She looks at him and says, that's the guy. And now they're like super good friends, and they like hang out in LA and cafes, and just, you know, they're but it's funny how they met and how they hated each other because of the debacle on the airplane, and then now they're like the best of friends, you know.
Hey, if
That's
that was a
awesome.
movie, that would be their meet cute.
That would be their meet cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love how quirky voice actors are. They're
Yeah.
all so funny and so quick. I love it. So Peter, you know, Peter's a comedian as well.
Yeah.
Right. And like an actual on-screen actor. So he's amazing. So
was
that's super funny.
he was like in 39 episodes of Stargate.
Yeah.
Peter.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
He
I
was
never,
awesome.
I didn't know that at all.
Wait,
And
who
so-
was he?
Peter Columbus.
Columbus?
He's Goku, Rolf from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Who was he in Stargate?
I'll look it up.
Okay. Because I'm like, I've seen every episode of Stargate. I know I've seen this man.
He was in Man in the High Castle. I mean, he's done some pretty good live action stuff.
He is someone that, you know, he'll do a lot of things and then he'll get some big role and he'll win an Oscar. You know what I mean? He's one of
Yeah.
those. He's a very good actor. I like him for his on-screen acting roles. Really, he's he can play comedic and dramatic. But you know, all comedians are good at playing dramatic. You know,
Comedy's hard. Drama's not that hard.
Comedy is hard, right?
Think about all the crap going on in the world today. That's called drama, baby. It's easy to do drama. It's hard to do comedy.
Right. Well, it's definitely hard to do comedy now, especially if fans charging up at you, tackling you like David Chappelle.
Right?
You
Yeah.
know? Yes, you're taking your life in your own hands when you do comedy nowadays.
Right? Absolutely.
You know, like Chris Rock in the last special he did for Netflix a couple of weeks ago.
Oh
Oh
man,
man.
Woo!
you went hard.
He did.
Yeah, he was on fire for sure.
See, and I'm like over here watching Bert Kreischer, you know?
But Peter will be at Gem State Comic Con as well, and so a lot of people that you know, but that Idaho has not met yet. So
Right.
which is kind of cool. And then Jessie Flowers is going to be here, and she's arriving early. I don't know what I'm going to do with her because I have to entertain her for 3 days before the show.
Oh
And-
gosh.
And I know we have an excursion trip planned up into the Hawaii's, which is a very desolate area of Idaho, and not many people tread there. And one slip up, and you can end up stuck there. I mean, and you'd have no way of getting out. So, but she wants to have some adventure, so I'm going to give it to her, and hopefully we'll be back for the show. So,
Right?
Hopefully.
Or you'll have a really good story to tell.
yeah. I don't want to end up like one of those, you know, comedies where you get stuck somewhere and you spend the whole time trying to get back. You know, like you know what movies I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Jessie-
half of Parks and Rec. They're
Right.
always getting stuck somewhere and having to get back.
Right.
Jesse's great. I forgot what con we met her. I think it was Powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
I just see her on Instagram and she's so cool with all her fans. Like she's signing and talking with people, doing skits. You know, Avatar: The Last Airbender has such a following, and people always come in their cosplays and they you know try to do all the voices, and she does the voices with them right back. I think it's super cool. I've seen those videos go back and forth, so I'm excited to see her have fun.
She has loads of energy, and I think Idaho's just going to love her. And you know, she might even be at the pizza party. So
Oh, there you go.
He's gonna be there in time, so
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think her and Andy have ever met, but you know, that would be like a super duel right there, right? But those two would be like, you know, like Batman and Robin in a way. They, you know, perfect for each other, I think.
If you can get them to dress up as Batman and Robin and then put that on like your all your
I
stuff.
was gonna say it's
that
like
would be
Olivia
nice.
Hack and Greg Delisle, right? You get those two together, and it's just constant comedy the entire time.
Didn't Andy play Robin in The
Yes.
Dark Knight?
She did, yes.
So funny.
That's
That's
cool.
so funny.
And I hope
That's
people are
awesome.
bringing their Funko Pops because there's a lot of opportunities for those to get signed.
Yeah, I tried to get one last time we saw her, and they were gone.
Yeah.
Everybody was sold out like within the first hour.
Amazon right now,
Yeah.
$12.99.
Smart move. Smart
Yeah.
move.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we talked about a ton of guests, but I think people
Ah,
will be
there you go.
super excited for
Mhm.
the OG Power Rangers baddie herself.
Yes.
Rita Repulsa, Carla Perez will be there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you land that? That's crazy.
Well, she was at one of our shows before. I want to say it was the fourth year of CampbellCon, if I'm not mistaken, in the San Francisco Bay Area, quite some time ago, before CampbellCon turned into Silver Age and moved to Reno. And we kind of stayed friends. And I don't want to bring her to like Northern California because she's done a lot of stuff up there already. And you need to bring her to a place where no one's seen her before. And boy, she exploded when we announced her on the internet. And we had a package for her, and it sold out within a day. So,
oh my
Oh,
god,
that's awesome.
yeah, people are really excited to see her. And she always does really, really well if she's at a place she's never been before. And when she was at CampbellCon, she had never been in that area before, and she topped everyone in autographs that was there, all the actors.
I'd assume she did. I mean, she's Rita Repulsa.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and I'll say this: I love Lou Ferrigno. Lou, if you're listening, I love you, man. But on that CampbellCon, she beat you in autographs for sure. Yeah.
Hey, if she beat the Ferrigno, I mean, that's impressive. That is impressive.
Yes, and she is an impressive lady. I can't wait to see her again. And
I don't even know what she looks like outside of like the makeup and everything.
Have you guys haven't interviewed her or met her before? Or?
No, this is going to be our first time. I'm excited for that one because I'm an OG Power Rangers fan. So I mean, like, to see the original Rita Repulsa, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, she's opposite of the character. She's like the nicest person. Yeah. But she loves the Power Ranger fans. Do you know she does better at a signing than any of the Power Rangers?
I bet she does.
Really?
Yeah, she is one of the fan favorites out of the whole franchise. Yeah.
I mean, the character is just so iconic.
Right.
Right.
I would probably recognize Rita Repulsa instead of the Power Rangers because
there's been so many Power Rangers.
Yeah, there's so many. And if you're just like, oh, are you a pink one? Are you a yellow one?
Say for one,
blue.
Rest in peace, JDF, because JDF is a very recognizable person.
Yeah, he was at the time. Well, before he passed away, he was number one. In fact, it's interesting because I was trying to get him to come to Boise, and I don't know any inside details or anything, but I was just trying to get him to come to Boise or one of our shows this year. Because me personally, I'm not a Power Ranger fan per se, but my oldest son was at the time, and the Green Ranger was like the bomb. He was it. I mean, during that series, you had the Red Ranger, and the Red Ranger was like the top Ranger, right?
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
And here comes the Green Ranger with the Megazord. Is that what they call it? And man, the kids just flipped their lids, and it was Tommy ever since.
Yeah.
He was it.
Well,
he changed Power Rangers.
Oh yeah,
he really did.
Well, like Tommy was never. Well, Tommy did become the leader at one point, but like he wasn't the leader. He was just a badass. So it's just kind of like like Austin St. John was the leader, right? Like he was always the leader. Red Ranger's always the leader, but then the Green Ranger was always just whooping ass, and he was like the coolest dude. And then when he became the White Ranger, he's just whooping more ass. So it's like.
It's like how Thor took over Star-Lord's position with the Guardians when he came on board. So, just for our comic fans out there, I want to make sure they have some sort of reference point.
Someone's a Helmsworth fan, I think, huh?
Me? No, Chris Evans all the way.
Well, we know Idaho is a big Power Ranger country or Power Ranger area, because we had a couple Power Rangers last year,
Right.
and they did really well. So imagine having the OG baddie come to the, and that's what everybody remembers is that first season. So
and that's why if you're still thinking about coming to Gem State, even if you're watching this and you're in New York City, and you're like, oh, Idaho's way too far, you say, you know what, you got to come see Rita Repulsa. And if the thing is, when we have a celebrity come, that's it. They don't come back. They only come once. So if you're thinking, oh, I'll wait till she comes back again, no, it's never going to happen. So you got to see them now. So get your tickets, see them now, get your autographs and photos, because they won't be back in the area again. We always have new actors every year. You have to do that. And the great thing why you and I can see them several times because they're at several different shows.
we get lucky, but
6 chances to see all of them. So it's like,
but there has been people that I want to see again, and like they're just on a different route, I guess, or they've been at a couple of your different shows, so you haven't brought them back. I'm like, man, wish I could see them again, but
right, and
it is what it is.
And I feel the same way. There are some actors I really connect with, like Red Brown.
Yeah.
We talk at least once a week. We talk on the phone once a week, and he just have become good friends. And it's like, yeah, I'd like to hang out more, but life is going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and
right.
He's got a schedule. I got a schedule. Everyone's on their schedules, and sometimes it's impossible. But he'll be at Silver Age Comic-Con, which is nice. Like looking forward to that.
That's awesome. You brought him out of retirement. That's great. That's great. I love it. I'm trying to think, like Brian A. Prince. He was really cool to talk to.
Well, I love that guy.
Brian Prince is awesome.
So, maybe in a year or two we'll come around at a different con. We'll see. But I mean, look at this lineup. Burton Gilliam from Blazing Saddles, Robert Costanza from Batman the Animated Series and Total Recall, Andy McAfee from Land Before Time, Jesse Flower from Avatar: The Last Airbender, David Chung from every action movie ever made, and/or 47 Ronin. I can't wait to just talk about like the Batgirl movie that is never going to get released, or Aquaman 2 that won't be out by the time we get to talk to him. So that'll be cool. Peter Kalamas, so fun.
We should ask David, like, hey, so since Batgirl's not coming out, tell me about that Firefly performance,
right?
As he did just win a Oscar for Whale, right? So it's like, tell me about that performance as Firefly. Was it as badass as everybody was saying it was?
Yeah, that's a good point. He has the behind the scenes. See, there's the behind the scenes scoops. You got to get out to the con. April 1st and 2nd, Expo, Idaho, Gem State Comic-Con 2023. I'm so excited. For this.
And
so much fun.
I can tell you guys don't check my guest list very often online, but I'll tell you this now. Brian Prince is already scheduled for Silver Age Comic-Con.
Very nice. Hey, we got to go one con at a time.
We overload ourselves with the amount of writing we have to do to prep for each of these shows, man.
No, they're just teasing you. They're addicts, and so they have to go one con at a time so that they don't overload on it and have to go into Comic-Con rehab.
Well, my problem is every con is in my head all at the same time, and it's always like looking at one painting on the wall. You see it all at the same time, and it's tough, and sometimes it just wants to drive you crazy, You
have like a multiverse of cons in your head at all times.
You are the KEVIN of Colossus Girl Entertainment.
That's awesome.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have you back we'll talk about Silver Age, because Silver Age is July, right? So
and Powerhouse Comic-Con May 20th.
God, everything's just
like,
and those are the guests there are pretty tight, in my opinion.
I'm not even gonna bring them up because
that's a whole other bowl game right there. Yeah,
whole other multiverse.
All right, we're just gonna go ham and talk. When the next show starts coming up, we're gonna do this all over again and talk about those people who are coming.
but I will give you an exclusive that I promised you in the beginning.
Yes.
Ooh.
Is unfortunately you guys can come if you want to, but I think it is in November. We are having a Batman event at Idaho Penitentiary, and it is a Batman party in Arkham. So
Oh my gosh,
what?
that sounds so cool.
you are having an actual Batman party in an actual penitentiary that held murderers, axe-murderers. People were executed there. All kinds of things went down there, and you're having a Batman party. And we're gonna have a Bat Dance contest. So we're gonna have a DJ with music. It's gonna be a good time. And if Cam is still listening, Cam will be hosting the dance off that dance party as the Joker.
Yep.
That's awesome.
He's got a badass Joker cosplay. So yes.
So I hope
Way to
he's
go,
happy
Cam.
with that. But it's, if you've never been to the penitentiary in Idaho, you need to Google it and think of doing a Batman themed party there. It'll be off the hook.
That sounds
that's
amazing.
I gotta go there dressed as Batman and just like speak in that low growly the entire time.
You mean you don't want to go there as Deadpool
As
at
Batman?
a Batman party?
Deadpool as Batman?
No, Deadpool at a Batman party.
No. Like what I would have to do is Deadpool wearing the Deadpool mask, but then tape on some bat ears.
You could do, you could do that like
And
he's
walk around
pretending
like-
to be Batman. Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Or what you can do is have Bruce Wayne play Deadpool, and people will be like, "What happened to your humor? You're not even funny." You know, because Bruce Wayne is so deadpan, right?
Yeah.
So,
There
anyway,
you go.
That's funny, dude. I'm so excited. So I started to look at Powerhouse, and I can't even talk about a Powerhouse.
right.
Love and marriage.
Yeah.
Goes together like a horse and carriage. So back to it. Gem State Comic Con, April 1st and 2nd. We're right around the corner. Come get it's 2 days. That's why we have so much going on. It's like you're adding cons to our list of cons.
And yes, and I have a message though. I have, for people, they say, "Oh, but it's Sunday. I have to go to church." Everyone has to go to church. So what you do is you just go to 8:00 church and you be there by 10:11.
Boom.
There you go.
We get a lot of emails about that. How come you couldn't do it Friday, Saturday? Fridays for cons is just dead. Even for WonderCon. I've been to a Friday at WonderCon. I wasn't impressed. So it's always got to be Saturday, Sunday. Always. So get out there and, we'll be there till 4 on Sunday, 10 to 4 on Sunday, 10 to 5 on Saturday. And too much. What did AMPM Mini Market used to say? Too much good stuff. Yeah.
So much good stuff.
Yeah.
So much. We didn't talk about all the vendors and whatnot too, and all the cosplayers and Idaho Wrestling Club who were amazing last year. So much.
They're coming back, and we have so many comic book vendors this year. If you're looking for a certain comic book, you're definitely going to find it. Absolutely. And you have to, out of any convention, even more than San Diego, I think, we give more free swag than anybody. And we have Mog Park, who was the illustrator for the TV show Game of Thrones. And we have Kip Rasmussen, who was the illustrator for the Hobbit films, Lord of the Ring films, and David Day Tolkien books. And if you get there early enough, you can get free prints by them, and they'll autograph them for you for free. So once you get those, you just put them up in a frame because they're going to be awesome. And I've seen the prints, and they're just so sweet. They're just
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you like Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, you're definitely going to want to come for those, and our free comic books and posters.
And you can get it signed by the artists, right? Like Luis Rivera will be there.
Yep, and Warren Montgomery will be there together again, and no autograph for free. And I don't know if you guys keep up with the Team Colossus comic books, but this one coming up is kind of a tearjerker. That's all I'm going to say.
I think I know what's happening. There's some changing happening.
There's something happening. Yes.
By the way, yeah.
Silver Age gets glasses.
And a newsboy hat. Hey, real quick, we met a vendor at Gem State last year. Shout out to Travis Lawrence Knott, who was an amazing comic book vendor. I noticed, everybody from people are looking for the high end $500, slab books down to the kids just wanting to start a collection. He had everything for everybody. It was great. Super nice guy. His dad was great.
He got real quick first 4
TMNT,
TMNT Ronin, our last Ronin books. So there's 5 books total. He got me first runs of the first 4 books.
Yeah, wow. And I think Philippe just mentioned in passing at the hotel lobby, and then 4 months later, Travis messages him on Instagram. It's like, "Hey man, I got those books. Are you still interested?" Like, so cool. All the vendors were so cool. I'm so happy. Yeah. Yeah. So we talk to him all the time. So
all our vendors are amazing. We love our vendors, and when I got to tell the vendors this when because Marina handles all the vendors, when she can't get to you right away, just be a little patient, because she's dealing with so much, and she's the brains behind it all, and sometimes it just takes a while to get back to answering an email, but she sees you and she is aware. And I got a question for you guys. What is it like in the hotel room at night? Because you just talked about popping in and coming across people, and I have no idea what goes on there. So,
oh my God, the hotel room is amazing. When you're like, "Hey, do you guys want to stay the night?" I always want to stay the night. You know why? Because we're in the lobby, we're hanging out. This was our experience at Gem State last year. We're hanging out, we're checking in. I look over. There's Christy Shin, an artist that we've seen around. Oh, look, I'm right behind Reb Brown, Captain America, getting my hotel room. And then there's a bunch of other artists that we met, and vendors and whatnot.
Just eating breakfast with us and just chilling, and it's just like,
yeah. And then we're just hanging out, having a beer together with all these different celebrities, artists, vendors, just getting to know each other. It's great. It's great.
Did you guys embarrass me?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh my God. We're going to have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't gush and don't drool.
So much fun. So much fun at the hotels. It's so much fun. Who else did we talk to? Even over in Medford, but talking to Nausea. I could talk to Nausea
all
day. She was so cool to just sit and talk with. So the hotel, that's the thing. If you are coming to Gem State, go to the hotel. I think there's a special still right now, right?
I think it ended, but they might still be able to hook you up. I don't know. The hotel might even be completely sold out, but you can check. Information is on the Facebook. You can scroll down. There's a hotel post.
It's so cool. It's so cool to just be walking around oh, hey, you're just having a drink with, celebrities and vendors and just like-minded fans, You again building that community, and that's what it's all about. So it's awesome.
And that's why I like Grants Pass Meadowlark, because it's so chill. You know what I mean? The whole thing is just really chill,
Yeah.
And it's all about community there.
Exactly. Okay. Let's not forget April 1st and 2nd, Expo Idaho in Boise, Gem State Comic-Con. Dave, thank you so much.
And I'll see you guys there. And you know what? I still talk about that coffee we had that morning.
Yes. Oh my God. That's another one.
That was a good coffee.
So much came out of that.
Yes,
so much came out of that. That's amazing. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to think about that. But Dave, thank you so much. Gem State Comic-Con, everybody.
Thank you.
Wait.
Bye, Dave.
There it is.
Give us a bow. Give us a bow. There you go.
All right.
I should talk about Bond, but I didn't. Oh well.
Next time. You're on in a month.
Henry Cavill. Is that his name? Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on his team. I'll just say that.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we still need to make a shirt, about kissing Henry Cavill softly on the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I might do that. He's an attractive man.
There you go. There you go.
And now he's doing Warhammer 40,000. So I mean, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
All right, everybody needs to calm down. It's getting hot in here. All right, see you,
All right, Dave, love you, man.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you.
Thanks.
You got him? There we go. So cool. I can't wait for Gem State Comic-Con. It's going to be so much fun. So much fun. Hey, Fray, you're a hop, skip, and a jump. Get down there, Idaho. Let's do this.
I'm pretty far away from Idaho.
It's a hop, it's a skip, it's a jump.
It's a very, very long jump, but it's a
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
not my problem. They
I
make
used
airplanes.
I actually used to live in Idaho 2
See?
different times. No, that doesn't mean I want to go back. I mean,
Well-
I wouldn't mind going back. I'm just, it's a little short notice. Maybe next year.
Maybe this year. You know? Awesome. I can't. Sorry, my brain's still thinking about Colossus Girl. Let's keep going. What do we got? What do we got next? I think we ran through everything in the
Yeah, we did all
beginning,
the
so we can just keep going, young
shout-outs.
Phil.
All
I
right.
think we're on lights, camera reaction.
Camera reaction. So it's time for some lights. Camera reaction.
Quiet on
look
the
at
set.
you with the
Can
budget.
we please have quiet on the set?
Hey, shout out to the Miz.
Shh,
Absolutely.
on the set.
Well, he's not doing it. He's not doing a line. So fuck him. All right, let's go. New story trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survival, guys. It's time. It is time. James, lead us in.
I do have a Calcastopsis.
Synopsis.
Dark times are
Survivor.
Dark times are closing in as Cal Kestis seeks out a safe haven far from the reach of the Empire 5 years after the events of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which Frey Girl said she was just playing. A more mature Cal Kestis must look beyond his lightsaber to find his destiny in the shadows of the Empire. Familiar friends, new allies, a bunch of other people, and newly introduced mercenary Bode Akuna. Oh, that's right. That's right. Stands by Cal's side against the Empire and galaxy's most ruthless foes. Cal's quest will take him into new planets and familiar frontiers in the Star Wars galaxy. Ooh, fun stuff.
Including Kobo.
Which is home of the Bedlam Raiders.
Is that where? Is that the farm league to the Oakland Raiders or the Las Vegas Raiders?
He's just a hater because he's a Niner fan.
Because we actually did something this season. I get it, we lost, but I mean,
Oh.
still, you guys didn't.
Oh, I came in fourth. Great.
Okay. So, why are you mad?
Hold on, I gotta close the door.
In the club.
Oh,
Why are you hating? You couldn't even get in the club, man.
oh my goodness.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine being a Raider fan and just being an absolute loser. So it's okay.
Oh, door's open again. Be right back. Hey, don't be mad. Don't be a hater because
Because you guys suck.
Jimmy G saw the light and came to the dark side.
Hey, Jimmy G is broken. So we're not going to talk sports, man. Star Wars Jedi Survivor was directed by Stig Asmussen. I don't know how to say that name. And it was and it will be coming Asmussen? Asmussen?
I don't know.
And it will be coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on April 28th. Guys, are we ready for this trailer?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, listen. Oh, let's do it.
I'm a survivor.
Raiders.
I'm a survivor.
Oh, that's not good. Oh,
Dude, like
never
just Unreal 5 is ridiculous.
that looked like Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Tom Cruise wishes he got
know, right?
these graphics.
Did he get a new lightsaber?
I think he did. I think they were saying that he was going to get a new lightsaber style.
Daddy.
Including now.
Customized.
Cal, Look into the fire.
Oh, she was a
God, this looks amazing. Look at
Keep you company,
she was a night sister.
but left
Oh, was she?
unchecked, it will consume
Or was she
everything
because we do.
until there is only
They do go to Daphne in the first.
Oh,
How
okay.
could
Yeah,
you
I
let the
haven't gotten
galaxy
it yet.
fall to this unworthy machine of an empire?
Here's a night sister.
Oh,
Hope
yeah,
may feel beyond
yeah.
our grasp.
What is that about?
I think we finally found
Hulk
somewhere
Buster
the
armor?
Empire can't reach us.
Imagine. No more looking over your shoulder.
That looks like
A place that's worth fighting for. No matter the cost.
oh. Poor bikers.
Every second of it.
Wow. April 28th, 2023. Right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'm already excited for this game. It's 10 times more exciting after seeing this trailer. Like, it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
They look cool.
I love how the Star Wars games have changed. Like, I think KOTOR it started it, where they really went with story and over just, hey, let's go fight and swing a lightsaber everywhere. And I think Survivor is just like the next level of that.
I
So-
agree. I 100% agree with you there.
See, I can talk games every now and then.
Well, you said you were just playing it, right? Like the first
The
one.
Fallen
Oh.
Order, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my son played it. He kept going, Mom, you need to play this. You need to play this. So I started playing it. It was like, I'll help you if you need stuff. So he was basically backseat driving. But yeah,
He was your co-pilot. He was your
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
Backseat gaming is allowed, okay?
yeah. Oh yeah. No, he was funny. So
I thought
Yeah.
backseat gaming is like, you're doing it wrong. You're missing things.
no, and I'm like, he is so opposite to me when playing games. Like, he's just like, I got to get this done and get to the next goal and get that done. And I'm like, let's look around. Let's look in every single thing that we can look in. And he's just like, Mom, can we please just go? And I'm
You're
like,
just
no.
a completionist, and he's trying to get it going.
Yeah, he just wants to get it.
So before we move into the next segment here,
Mhm.
real quick, if you guys noticed, because I did kind of miss it at the beginning, but I didn't drink any W. I'm not setting up any W, and specifically because I'm gonna try something on the show tonight right before we start the download.
Oh, cool.
Oh wait, hold on. Are we gonna rate this?
Yeah.
Let's rate this, and then we'll get into that. So, what do you got? What are your guys' ratings here?
Fray.
I'm gonna say
Yes. Is that speechless? Speechless is what she's saying.
Yes. I'm gonna say I'll say 9. Sliding off starships out of 10 cute little droids.
Oh, BD1 is adorable.
You stole mine. I was gonna say BD1. Rude. I mean, I'm not a gamer, but it looks cool. And for Fallen Order, I ended up watching all the cutscenes on YouTube, which is like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Super fun, super interesting. To get a story like a really intimate Star Wars story like this. I dug it. So let me give this 8. I was gonna say BD1s, but now
You can
ruined
still
it.
say that.
To 10 lightsabers that I totally want, because I really liked his lightsaber. I like how the hilt was really long.
So I'm gonna give this 10 aged up ginger Jedi Padawans out of 10 amazing long shaft lightsabers that can also be converted into a lightsaber staff.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yes. It is a long hilt lightsaber, and there is an attachment that he can put on the back that makes it a dual lightsaber staff.
See, that's even cooler.
Mhm.
I thought you were gonna say out of 10 mutilated biker scout troopers because they were like throwing him around like a rag doll. Poor
He was
guy.
just throwing helmets at him.
Yeah. Did you see like the lightsaber marks on him? Poor guy. He was just getting chopped and chopped and chopped. He was like a shield.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Okay, cool. That's in like a month.
Yeah, that's not too far away. So, guys, gonna try this on the show here. Let me drop this back just for a second. And I full it.
Sweet. Nice. Well done. Me. Hey, everybody.
All right, so check this out, guys. I got a. It's been a while. We're gonna do a quick Who's Hangry. I haven't done one of these in a while, right? And I got a drink that I saw a review for a while back and was like, I have to try this. So it's not the Sunny D. I tried to find it, couldn't find it. What I did end up finding, these are called Monster Beast Unleashed. It is not an energy drink. This is a seltzer by Monster. And
So
it's a hard seltzer by Monster.
Wow.
Okay. So I'm gonna drink this guy real quick. Now, this is the original flavor, real quick here.
Do you feel like you're cheating on W right now?
I absolutely am. But the whole thing was like I can't drink W because that's like it's an energy drink while I'm drinking alcohol. Is like not a good idea.
Yeah, no.
That's a recipe for fun. Are you kidding me?
Now I have the original flavor, but then I also grabbed for later on down the road. Peach Perfect.
Wow.
By the way, one thing that I love about our road trips to Comic-Cons is all the crazy stuff that we find in like the AMPMs and different stores. We're always finding stuff like this, and we're like, you gonna try it? Yeah, we're gonna try it. So it's just like 8 hours in the car of like being silly kids, drinking weird things,
having sugar rushes, having sugar hangovers.
So this just tastes like a Monster Zero Sugar.
Really?
Yeah, but it's alcoholic.
Do you taste alcohol in it?
Yeah, it tastes like malt alcohol. Like it tastes like a seltzer, right? Like you know how you have like that malty taste in some seltzers and whatnot, but it tastes like a Monster flavored malt seltzer.
But do you like it?
It's okay.
Oh, okay. So
if you like the flavor of Monster, then definitely. I don't know if I would want to drink a Monster that's not giving me energy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's not a flavor that's just like, oh, that's so delicious. I want to drink that all the time. You know, I want to drink it even if it's not giving me, you know, heart palpitations and
and making me see everything in the color green.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I can hear colors.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm getting down on right now. Again, I've got two flavors I'm going to drink over the course of the show. So
over the course of the show, okay, it's gonna be lit. Okay,
exactly right.
Heyo.
I was like, wow.
What is happening right now?
Already messing with the. Wait, you didn't rate it. Can you rate it real quick?
Okay.
So the drink. Okay.
Hold on. They are not our sponsor.
They're not.
It's okay to not like something. You don't have to be.
It's okay. No, I'm
glass half full, young Phil.
So if you are a fan of Monster, like just in general, if you're a fan of Monster, I would give it a 7 out of 10. But for me personally, this particular flavor, I'm gonna give a 4.
Womp, womp, womp.
That's fair though.
Because like I mean, again, I'm kind of like rating it as like, okay, if you like Monster, it's not bad, right? But I'm not a fan of the regular flavor of Monster.
Put it on the windowsill. Have Tyler come by and grab it.
I know,
Get
right?
his rating. Okay, sorry. Keep going. I just wanted you to rate it.
No worries. So let's
for the download.
It's all for the download.
Getting into it. We got a lot of news stories, a lot. So we're gonna have to refrain ourselves. I'm talking to both of you
On these quick hits.
Fray Girl and Young Phil. Just letting you know. Anyway, check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. It's our Facebook group. So all the news, all the trailers, all the reactions, we're posting in it all the time. We're trying to keep it up to date as possible, so making it kind of like a mini news source or media source for trailers and news and whatnot. So if I'm not posting, Cam's posting, or other people are posting, it's a great little community where we can all talk and hang out and have fun. So the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. All right, let's dive in. Starting us off on some bad news. Hollywood has lost another incredible actor as Lance Reddick has passed away. Oh, rough. This one sucked. Reddick has appeared in several high-profile films and TV shows over the years. The Wire, Bosch, Fringe. I know him from Fringe. I didn't know he was in Lost. Oz. And then he was also, of course, in the John Wick series. I think he's in the latest movie that's coming out, too.
Yeah, he is.
You also didn't put in here that he was the main character in the new Resident Evil show.
Yeah, I left that one out because that show sucked, and I watched them all. And that's not how I want to remember him, okay? I want to remember him in Fringe because he was dope. But he was also in Godzilla vs. Kong, Quantum Break, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Destiny, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he is one of the main characters in Destiny. Like, he is not a minor character in any way. He's not a side character or anything like that. He plays Commander Zavala, and he is
Commander Zavala. I heard Graveyard and you, Frey, talking about it on the Nerd Out. Shout out to Kyber Cave.
Yeah.
The other big thing is they just found out that a day before he passed away, he literally was playing Destiny. He was a huge. Not only was he an actor in the game, but he also was a huge member of the community and played it. And apparently, he didn't finish the game before he died.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's sad. Oh my gosh,
That
he was
is
also.
sad.
He's gonna be Zeus in the new Percy Jackson series for Disney Plus. John Wick Chapter 4 is coming up. The White Man Can't Jump remake he's going to be in, and he's also in the John Wick spinoff, Ballerina. So he's only 60 years old. Super sad.
Yeah, but I mean,
and no causes, but they think it may be natural causes.
they said it was natural causes.
yeah, like I had heard that maybe he was ill and no one knew it. He was just living his life. So
super sad. He will be missed. Shout out to Lance Reddick. Okay.
Absolutely.
Are you sad? Are you super sad, young Phil?
I kind of am, dude, because like nothing against him, because it was nothing against him, his acting as Commander Zavala. Like, a lot of people wanted Commander Zavala to die. But it had nothing to do with Lance Reddick. It was more because some of his actions led to Cade Six dying. And we all know that Cade Six is like a fan favorite character. So it's like, you know, a lot of people were like, oh, it should have been Zavala and all this other stuff. Like, now, like, I wonder how much had he had pre-recorded. So how much do they have to work off of him? And like, are they going to kill him off screen, which really would suck.
Yeah.
well, they might be able to cobble something together from what they already have.
I was thinking like what they might be able to do is like if they write in a death scene for him, like, you know, be able to use like some of his previous voice work.
Yeah. I mean, that I would say that's probably if they don't have enough, then to do something like that.
I would prefer that he dies in battle, mainly because like as a Titan, you know, he needs to die in combat. And it needs to be something like momentous. Apparently, and I know we weren't supposed to linger on this, but Apparently, a lot of players in Destiny, for as much as everybody hated Zavala, they've been putting up like memorials at Zavala, where Zavala's at in the game. So when you go to the tower, right, there's like this section of the tower where Zavala's waiting to give you missions, and people have been putting up memorials for him.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Super sad. All right, let's keep going. We're going old school. Be Kind Rewind. Something is happening with Blockbuster. This one's a weird one. So the classic Blockbuster video brand, their official website and social media accounts have been like reactivated. So something's coming. Something's coming from Blockbuster, and everybody's like, what's going on? They're owned by the Dish Network.
Okay.
So, but then, you know, I don't know when they went out of business or whatever, but nothing's happened
like
with Blockbuster.
2012, I think. 11 or 12.
So right now it says if you go to the website, you can get the classic logo with a caption that reads, "Please be kind while we rewind, and we are working on a rewinding your movie." I think they're going to be a streamer.
You think?
They tried that at first. They tried that twice to do streaming like against Netflix, and they didn't do very well when they did it. And I heard rumors that they might be coming back and trying to jump in the streaming arena again. So,
well, their initial play was old school Netflix. It was sending discs through the mail. So that's where they were before everything else kind of fell apart. But you know,
also you could go to the store and get one. That
or
was
you
the
can,
big thing, yeah.
if you need to return a movie, still you can go to Bend, Oregon, because there's one left in Bend, Oregon.
I actually worked at Blockbuster.
So did I.
Back in the day. Yeah. It was hell.
In Santa Rosa, California?
No.
'Cause you lived everywhere? No?
It was in Texas. I have lived everywhere, but no. I worked in
Oklahoma.
Man. It was in Oklahoma.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I don't know. You guys have any other thoughts besides being a streamer?
That's really where I go.
I unfortunately am unable to comment on this because my husband works for Dish Network, so I might know exactly what's going on, or I might not. I have no idea, so I don't want to say anything.
Oh my god! Oh, you're turning red too.
Off mic, I need you to spill the tea.
No, seriously, I have no idea what it is, but I just don't want to like theorize and then it actually be right, and then they're like, "Oh, her husband works for Dish. This is insider information," and then the SEC comes into it.
And then we hear him from the other
Gotta
room.
testify, in front of grand juries and stuff.
We hear him from the other room.
For that.
Fuck me! What did you say on one of your shows?
What the hell? I'm like,
what the hell is going on, Scoob?
Okay, all right. We'll let you off the hook for now. But speaking of retro, don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years. Vinyl records have made a huge comeback over the years, and last year they actually outsold CDs.
What?
Yeah,
that's
vinyl
awesome.
records. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, nobody buys CDs.
Right.
No, because it's all on. You can stream it,
right.
So there's no point.
But I thought that was kind of interesting since what do they say? First time since 1987, records have outsold CDs. So in a weird retro way, it's kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's awesome.
They still sell. Okay, hold on. You got to read the next part.
Which part? Oh, the Record Industry Association of America, which reports the physical music formats, including vinyl, CDs, and cassette tapes, have seen a 4% increase from 2021 to 2022. They also say that the last year, vinyl made 1.2 billion of the 1.7 billion in physical media sales.
So wait, they still sell cassettes?
I guess so.
You get cassettes and stuff. Yeah.
Where the fuck can you get a cassette?
I don't know, man. Hipsters got a
so
hipsters got a hit.
Not gonna
Just
lie,
got a hip.
not gonna lie. Jackie just got a VHS player from her uncle's house. And I gotta find a way to get RGB to HDMI. I know those cords still exist because we have the original Star Wars on VHS.
Just go to Radio Shack and get a cord.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
let's go to Radio Shack.
Hold on. I guess that doesn't
exist
work at all. Exactly.
Oh my
Amazon is gonna have it, but I mean, like,
well, you can use. You can use the cables. You can use the red, green, blue. You can use one of them. You can just use in there as the video, and then the audios are the same.
It kind of depends on your
red and the white.
TV. Your TV may not have those
my
plugs
TV doesn't
anymore.
have RGB at all.
Oh, it doesn't. So you'd have to get the HDMI. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I know there's RGB to HDMI converters, so I gotta get one of those so that way we can connect this thing to our TV and watch the unedited Star Wars.
Yeah, try Best Buy. They probably have like a converter.
Best Buy, the new Radio Shack.
It basically is.
Kind of is.
All right.
But yeah,
it's kind of cool. Anyway, let's keep going.
Oh, wait a minute. They're close to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was gonna say. Fries, weren't you good for? Oh no.
Fries is closed. I didn't even think about that. That's gone.
Yeah. Fries is pretty much gone, dude. Like the majority of Fries have closed down.
They were huge.
That was huge.
But they sell too much weird crap there. They weren't refined. Anyway, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's James Gunn. Gunn officially.
Oh, did you miss one?
Is set to what? Maybe. Did I skip one?
You skipped one on here.
Oh yeah, you told me to cut one. Go back. Yep. I took out the Oh yeah, sorry, Superman one. It was a really good picture of Superman too. Gunn is officially set to helm the new Superman legacy film, which is rebooting the franchise, and he's writing the movie now.
Right.
How do we feel about this? Gunn.
I'm excited about it. I mean, James Gunn, he's really good at doing superhero films. Now, the thing is like, is it going to be too much humor, or, is he going to tell that Superman story that like the way that it should be, truth, justice, the American way, all that kind of stuff, like it's I want to see Superman the way that we've all been kind of expecting him to be.
I mean, James Gunn has said that he wants to bring hope back into the Superman franchise and character. So I think, I'm pretty stoked about it. I figured he was going to write the Superman movie just because he was offered one when he did Suicide Squad, and he took Suicide Squad. So he's like, oh, wait, we're going to do another one. I'll do that. You know what I mean? It's a perfect opportunity. So I do think that we're going to get a good story from him. I don't think it's going to be too comedic. Most of James Gunn's stuff is not like straightforward comedy. It's almost subversive comedy. And I mean that by like, it kind of just seeps in.
This coming from a guy that started in horror. So he understands that dynamic very well.
Yeah, so I mean, but like the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff's what I've noticed it the most in. He did it in to a certain extent in his indie films that he did, but yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna ride that line pretty well. I don't think it's gonna be, super emo, which is what I feel like Superman is right now. And I think it's going to be about hope. I think he's going to be the shining example. He's going to be the role model that people just assume is going to save the day no matter what.
Right.
So I don't know if I answered any questions. So
you did.
Okay.
Your tacos are on the table, and I didn't even know we were having tacos.
Okay.
But
Jesus,
I'm good with him doing it because he's like, it's all on him, right? The whole new DCU, the new Superman, the new direction, this whole gods and monsters is all on him. So let him direct it.
Absolutely.
Take the leashes off. No, that's not the right term. Wheels off. No, that's not it. I don't know. I can't think.
Basically, just have him. If he's going to take the helm of the studio, he should also take the helm of the signature character. I mean, Superman is the most recognizable character.
Mhm.
Right.
So.
Right. All right, jump to the next one, young Phil. This is the one I decided to skip, but Jordan Peele has a movie coming out like in 2025. But until then, get your morphers ready. The next news piece comes from Bat in the Sun Productions, who's making the new film. Jason David Frank's final film project, Legend of the White Dragon, will be hitting theaters this fall.
Oh man,
That's cool.
I've seen like some of the stuff on this, and I'm pretty excited for this. Like it looked like it was dope.
Yeah. They released like a mini trailer, like a teaser trailer,
Right.
and it looked very gritty, So I'm kind of digging it. So the press release states that the film will be in theaters in conjunction with what would have been Jason David Frank's 50th birthday in September.
Wow.
Yeah. Definitely. We might have to bring back the watch parties, James. And go set up a watch party for this. Like go rent out a theater and go watch this movie.
I'm down. Sounds good.
That would be that's cool.
For COVID, man. So we definitely got to do one.
So yeah, I'm down. That'll be interesting. Yeah, we should probably do that more, but we just got to figure them out. We got a plan. That's not our strong suit. On to some next Netflix news for all you Shadow and Bone fans, all you boners out there.
All you boners.
It was revealed.
Where are all the boners at? Put your hands out, boners.
Where's your boner at? Show your boner.
Where are my bony heads?
Show your boners, everybody. Show your boners head.
Feel your boners. All right.
Okay. It was recently revealed that the creative team behind the Netflix series Shadow and Bone is developing a spin-off titled Six of Crows and will be centered around the crows of Ketterdam.
Okay.
So
we need to get Bird and we need to get Curtis Corona and get their thoughts on this. Like maybe for next week, like reach out and get their thoughts maybe for next week.
Right.
Because Curtis was already talking about how they folded in Six of Crows into Shadow and Bone. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Six of Crows, considering that they've already kind of like done Six of Crows within the show itself.
Yeah. Within the Grishaverse.
Within the Grishaverse. Yeah. I definitely want to ask, like, they just kind of get their thoughts on what they think that's going to be, because they're probably the most knowledgeable people we know when it comes to Shadow and Bone.
Yeah. So I do have a little bit of info on that. So it's also explained that the Six of Crows spinoff would be its own little season of fun that our characters would get to be a part of. So kind of interesting. So showrunner Eric Heiserer confirmed that a part of the spinoff, this is kind of cool, part of the spinoff would take place during the events of Shadow and Bone Season 2 finale, which ends with an extended coda that sees various characters on different paths. So it's like woven into, if you're watching, Shadow and Bone.
Right.
So you'll kind of get pieces of it within the new spin-off series.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm down. By the way, Shadow and Bone Season 2 is out now on Netflix.
Hello. Oh, is that out now? Okay, I gotta go watch that.
Yeah, well, I think we're 2 episodes.
I've never seen it.
You got to watch it. It is really good. I was not expecting much from it. As excited as Bird and Curtis were when they talked about this on the show, it was like, I mean, it'll be cool. And then I watched it, was like, this is just as badass as they described it to be. So I mean, like, it's really good.
I'll put it on the list.
How would you describe it? It's like
kind of how Bird put it, it's Harry Potter for adults.
Yeah. Have you seen Carnival Row on Amazon Prime?
I have. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that, where it's a little gritty, but in that kind of magical world, you know.
It's definitely it's definitely an alternate universe because it's not. It's definitely not. I mean, like you know, the places that they're from are not anything now, but it's like it's almost like 1800 Victorian,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's in the future kind of thing. It's very
almost like a steampunky type thing.
exactly what I was
Kinda.
gonna say. It's very steampunk.
Check it out, Netflix.
Well, that's cool.
Speaking of Netflix, Guillermo del Toro is finally going to make his Frankenstein movie adaptation. Huh? Kind of cool, right? Huh? He just won an Oscar for his Pinocchio.
Uh-huh.
So he's racking it up. So the filmmaker is set to write and direct the film for Netflix, and he's already in talks with actors to star in it. According to Deadline, Andrew Garfield, Oscar Isaacs, and Mia Goth are in early talks to join the film. Do you think Oscar Isaacs is going to be Frankenstein or the Frankenstein's monster?
I think Andrew Garfield's going to be Frankenstein's monster, and Oscar
Really?
Isaacs is going to be the doctor.
He's gonna be Dr. Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean Mia Goth is gonna be Igor?
Yeah. No, she's going to play another Dr. Frankenstein.
The bride of Dr. Frankenstein?
No. No relation.
I laughed at my own joke. That was not good.
Not the bride of Frankenstein. The bride
It's
of
no
Dr.
relation.
Frankenstein.
It's just two Dr. Frankensteins and no relation.
I thought it was really funny for that, but not happening. Let's keep going. Maybe we needed a whole retro section. So check this out. The 1997 film Gattaca.
Loved this film,
Yes,
by the way.
it's a great film.
Loved it.
You know, back in the 90s, people loved it. They raved about it. Get it? Rave.
Yeah.
It's the 90s. People went to raves. Fast forward 25 years, we're getting a sequel series from Homeland creator and producers Howard Gordon and Alex Gansa.
If Jude Law's not in it, I don't want it.
Wow. Okay. He's a skeleton crew right now, you know,
That
for
is
Star
true.
Wars. But this is going to be on Showtime. So they probably don't have Jude Law money. Jude Law's at like I'm in Marvel and Star Wars movie making money level now.
Yeah, he is. That's true because he was.
Yeah. Wait, Showtime is partnering with Paramount Plus, so maybe, who knows?
Paramount might be putting the money into it. I mean, they put money into Halo.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh. I do have a old movie synopsis.
Old movie synopsis.
The original film is set in a future where genetic engineering has become the norm and people's potentials are determined by their DNA. The story follows Vincent, a genetically inferior or invalid who dreams of traveling to space but is relegated to a menial job due to his genetic makeup, which means he's just normal.
He's a normie.
To achieve his goals, Vincent assumes the identity of a genetically superior valid named Jerome, who becomes his accomplice.
Yeah, so basically this is never mind, I lost the joke.
You lost it, but I do have a new show synopsis.
New show synopsis.
The new series will take place in a generation after the events of the film, where science and humanity have evolved to the point where we can direct our own evolution. Genetic engineering has created a world in which parents can determine the future of their children before they are born. The Valids, which by default has created a new underclass no longer determined by social status or the color of one's skin. So the inferiors or the invalids.
Wow.
All right. Okay. I dig it. I kind of like the story. I don't know if it needed the Gattaca name on it, but I'm kind of into it.
Yeah.
I'm in. I like it. Now I want to go listen to rave music, right?
I mean,
I need some like Chemical Brothers or something, you know? Something.
you're talking like Tech House.
All right, let's not get too fancy.
It's,
All right.
You know what? That's every day in this house. So
Okay.
I'm
Listen,
used to
Tech
it.
House.
My husband does. He loves tech.
I mean,
All right.
he can do Tech House all he wants. I would prefer trance, but anyways, let's go.
He
I
does
would re-
trance too. He likes all of that stuff. So
I would prefer to keep going. Are you not entertained? This next story will keep you entertained.
Are you not entertained?
no.
No.
Okay. Okay.
All right, then we'll keep going. Another big casting announcement has been made for Ridley Scott's Gladiator sequel. Denzel Washington is joining the cast. Whoa.
Denzel.
I know, right? But I was like, Denzel, Ridley Scott? How does that make sense? But they worked together in 2007's crime drama American Gangster. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
So
yeah, they did.
pulling the card. So
man.
Denzel is joining previously cast Paul Mescal as Lucius, and Baron, how do you pronounce his last name? Keegan?
Baron Keegan. Yeah, Barry Keegan.
As Emperor Geta. Where do we know Baron Keegan from? He was in
Banshees of Inisherin and the Eternals.
I was gonna say the Eternals. He also played the Joker in the Batman.
No, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Joker.
No, you know what? I had to vote for Joker today, and I was like, man.
Oh yeah, over at the break room.
Yeah, the break room at New Rock Stars. I had to vote for Joker.
It came down to the best villain. It was Joker versus Darth Vader.
Oh,
yeah,
Well, who
and
you gonna
Vader
vote for,
won.
Phil? Spoiler alert. Jeez.
I would say the Joker's more purely evil because Vader does redeem himself. So, whereas the Joker cannot redeem himself. Or
Where were you during the break room then?
Yeah, you know what? That
Working.
was that argument. What the chat made that argument. They were like, "Hey, Vader got redeemed, and but
Yeah, but the host didn't
Then-
see it. The mods
then-
don't.
well,
They don't. They
no,
didn't
it was
post
'cause of
it.
the
Come on.
kids. It was the kids.
Just
They were like, no, but he killed kids. He killed kids. You can't come back from that. It was just like,
the Joker kills kids too.
yeah, I decided just to not get involved and rile everybody up. So, and I picked Vader because, yeah.
Is that a graveyard that we see here?
Hey,
is.
A wild graveyard has entered the arena after we finished talking about Lance Reddick.
I know.
He timed
I mean,
it. Look at that.
oh, sorry. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
It says graveyard on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
You
How
are
cool
you.
is that?
Awesome.
All right, you ready to keep going?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is this Quentin's last ride?
One can
I'm
hope.
dying. Wow, you're not a Tarantino fan?
You
Totally
know,
okay.
it's complicated.
I love me some
Complicated.
Tarantino. I'm just throwing
I
that out.
love his movies, but I have some issues with his person. So
I mean,
Oh,
he is
crap.
a fairly problematic guy, so that is fair. But I mean, he
Yeah.
does make amazing movies.
he does. Reservoir Dogs is one of my favorite movies. So yeah,
Right?
I
So
love
good.
Reservoir Dogs.
All right, so Tarantino, was that his first one? No.
I think so, wasn't it?
What it
Yeah, I
was,
think so.
I think Reservoir was his first.
Yeah.
or
and
was it
then
the romance one? The one with Christian Slater and
True Romance?
wasn't that his? I don't know.
Did he do that?
Anyway, Tarantino has been saying for years that he would retire after making his 10th film, and it looks like he has his 10th film in place. So Quentin announced his next film project, and the movie's titled The Movie Critic. And he will direct and write the script, and he's going to start shooting it in the fall.
Yeah, I heard
Wow.
about this.
I know, interesting, right? I'm just like, huh. It's not like some 70s black exploitation film, and there's not a bunch of gangsters, but movie
He's-
critic? Okay.
You said after his 10th?
Yeah, after his
Yeah.
10th movie, he said he's going to retire from
This is
making
his 11th.
Well, there
No, I
you
think
go.
this is his official. I think this is his official 10th movie.
Yeah.
So let's see. The story is set in the 1970s. Oh, there you go. In LA, and it will be centered around a lead female character. They aren't any official story details yet, but Hollywood Reporter has an idea of who it's going to be, but I didn't grab it. But again, we don't even know the studio. It's probably Sony, because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was done by Sony.
Right.
But yeah. Tarantino, last film. Somebody look it up. Nobody knows Tarantino's films.
Grave, are you counting Dusk Till Dawn as one of his?
No, I'm Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2, Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's 10.
Well, but
I don't think
unless you think Kill Bill, even though it's part 1 and 2, that might be considered the same movie.
I don't think Death Proof counts on that because it was. I thought that was 2 directors that were under him. I thought
he wrote it.
No, he directed it. Hands on directed it.
Did he direct
Director Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
It's a horror movie double feature. Trust me, he directed.
Yeah. the whole point of like him saying that he wanted to stop after 10 movies, I guess 11 movies now, but was because he said that most directors in their prime make 10 movies, and then after that, everything after that is just trash. So his whole thing is he wants to bow out while he can have a good library and not have any like duds in his library. It's more of a like almost elitist director thing, but I mean at the same time, I mean he has made really good movies.
So we're not getting Kill Bill Volume 3 is what you're saying.
Or the Star Trek, the rated R Star Trek movie he was going to make.
Yeah.
He wrote True Romance. He also wrote Natural Born Killers. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They were good.
And he played in From Dusk Till Dawn because he was George Clooney's brother in that movie.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, anyway, keep going. So
Salma Hayek
do you think he's
the hell out of me in that movie?
Still hot.
I know. I can handle that for about 2 minutes, and then she gets spooky.
Then
scares
it's
me.
yeet.
All right, let's keep going. I had another 2-minute joke in there, but I'm not going to say it. Everything, everywhere, from a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars director. Good news. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Directors Daniel Scheinert and Daniel Kwan.
The Daniels
are currently working on Lucasfilm's project. They're going to be a director directors for Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which is being overseen by director John Watts. Kind of interesting, right? You just won a bunch of Academy Awards. Now you're going to go direct an episode or 2 of Skeleton Crew. Okay, great.
That's who you want. That's who you want to. And they probably started the negotiations prior to the Oscars, and they're just like, hey, we made a good movie. People are interested in it. And they're going to the next thing. It just so happened it's Star Wars. And then they signed as soon as they got the Oscars so they could ask for more money. And I think that's smart. So I'm totally on Team Daniels.
Yeah, I guess they signed even before Everything Everywhere All at Once was out. So it's been a long time. Yeah. So, I mean, back then, you're like, yeah, give me whatever. You want me to do Star Wars? Right, sure. Yeah. So, they're going to be joining Skeleton Crew for, I think they said at least 1 episode, but they didn't specify if it was going to be more than 1.
Well, so if they like that, I wouldn't mind them. I wouldn't mind if they also let them direct an episode of Andor, or I think they would be really good for that because they would get it. You know what I mean? Like
maybe they I guess they got connected to John Watts somehow.
Yeah.
Like they I think John Watts saw something they did really early on And he say, "Hey, I like you guys. Do you want to come do Star Wars with me?"
That's cool.
Is young Phil okay? What happened?
I just opened up the other seltzer here, the
Yeah.
peach one. It smells amazing. It smells like the best peach tea I've ever smelled.
So, Phil, I have to ask, how lightweight are you?
I'm not lightweight.
Okay. All right.
He just likes colorful drinks.
This
I'm
tastes
just
really fucking good.
just
So
making
it's
sure.
it tastes like carbonated peach tea.
Oh,
It's actually
that
really
might be good. Yeah.
See, the thing about these is like you can't really taste the alcohol on these, and it's 6%.
So it's that hard.
Not
seltzer.
really.
Not really.
Graveyard's like, that's water. That's
He's like, that's what I drink for breakfast.
I wouldn't drink seltzers for anything.
that's what I give my dog.
Right? Yeah. No,
Not even if they're monster flavored seltzer.
Definitely not.
I know you missed the beginning of the show, but I'm drinking like as part of Who's Hangry for the show. I'm drinking monster flavored seltzer.
He's double fisting.
Yeah, I drank the regular green flavor that just tasted like a green monster. This one's actually really good. All right, let's continue.
All right.
Okay.
More Star Wars news. The next Star Wars film is Lost, but maybe not. But it's still Lost. So we got some Star Wars
Get there.
Star Wars bad director news. Damon Lindelof from Watchmen and Leftovers and Lost was hired by Lucas several months ago to help develop a new Star Wars film project with co-writer Justin Britt Gibson and director Shareem Obaid Chinoy. I like his name's Chinoy. They didn't last long because they're out. So I guess what happened, they turned in their first initial script, and then like 3 days later, they said they walked away from the project.
Disney was probably like, yeah, here are some notes. And they're like, fuck you, we don't want notes. We're out.
I mean, maybe.
All I can say is good, because you know how Lindelof creates intrigue and mystery, he cuts scenes out.
Yeah.
He did really good with Watchmen, though. Watchmen was really good.
How long did that last?
But he planned that for one season.
Grave is
Or
coming
did
in hot.
he?
No, he did. Before he started even filming it, when he got the job, he said, "I'm only doing one season," because he said specifically, the story he wrote would only play out in one season. And he didn't want to do a second season unless there was a worthy story that picked it up, and he didn't have anything written. So he was just like, I just want to do this one season. It's a one-off thing that is like, you know, what happens years after the events of Watchmen. And I know that HBO, because of how successful it was, HBO is like, well, we want to do another season. Damon Lindelof was like, well, I'm not going to be involved in that because I'm not writing the story, and it's not anything that like it's I if you guys ruin this, my name's not going to be attached to it.
Yeah, I do remember that because I loved it. I watched every freaking episode of that.
That'll be a first where his name didn't ruin something.
I mean,
spicy.
Man.
No. I get coming from Lost, Leftovers. You know, like the whole reason Lost got weird in the last last 2 seasons was because of Damon Lindelof, because they just kind of got, you know, the writing got stale, and then Leftovers, like literally he wrote like 2 seasons and then didn't know where to go with it from there. So then it just became what it became. But like, I like the idea of Watchmen. He was like, I have 1 season worth of story, so I want this to be one self-contained season and nothing else.
Well, I'm glad they dropped him like they dropped D&D, you know, after watching season.
Man, you know what? It's
of
some
Game of
salty
Thrones.
gravy in here.
Who gave him a monster seltzer? Jeez.
There's a lot of salt in this gravy.
There
and I don't want it on my potatoes.
I'm just saying, people that can't finish a show should not write for Star Wars.
That is
I get
true.
you on that, but again, he did finish it because he only wanted it to be a limited series. HBO wants it to be an ongoing series. He wanted to write a limited series that was just one season.
I mean, he did it like Watchmen, the comic was limited. It wasn't a, ongoing series. There was a,
Which
beginning, middle, and end.
Alan Moore didn't even give the show a chance. He didn't even I think he watched the first episode and was like, it's not my Watchmen. I don't want to watch it.
Wow. All right. The report goes on to say that Lucasfilm has already found new writers for the project, but no information other than that. So it's still going to happen somehow. Production on the film is scheduled to start shooting in February of next year. So 11 months from now?
So that means Lindelof walked away, but
No,
he's still going to be an executive producer.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And it's still planned for a release date of December 19th, 2025. And Shareem Obaid Chinoy is still attached to direct.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know why. As we get to the last 3 stories, my nose always gets so stuffed up. I have no idea why.
Nose candy? I understand.
Maybe, yeah. There you go. Okay, Willow Wuffgood? You mean Willow Whiffgood? Reports have been coming out that the Disney Plus series Willow has been canceled. I think it was only 6 episodes, right? First season. Anybody watch it?
I watched it and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, not amazing enough for a second season. Cricket. But Willow series writer and showrunner Jonathan Kasdan saying that the series has not been canceled and volume 2 is still planned. Interesting. Interesting, weird clapback. So I guess he explained on social media that the reports show cancellation were exaggerated, and that he nor the team at Lucasfilm would have categorized this as being canceled. So I guess, here, I'll just read what he says. A decision was made last week to release our main cast from their series, release the main cast for other series opportunities that may arise for them in the coming year. With all the TV and movies in production around the world, it feels unfair to limit the actors' ability without a clear sense of where we're going to need them again. It's further trivialized by the simple reality that the scripts we've been working on require just as many actors with whom no such contractual holds exist.
Okay, so in reality, they don't have shit written, is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what they're saying is we don't have anything written, so let's go ahead and let the actors do everything. Let them go get work. But the problem is that people were taking that and reporting it as, because they don't have scripts written, it's got to be canceled. And it's like, that's not what it is. Like, you guys are jumping to conclusions. The show
Lindelofing it.
They're Lindelofing it because the way that they have it set up, if you watch the post credit scene,
don't spoil it. Don't spoil it for me.
Basically 3 seasons is what is what they have planned for this.
Out of a end credit scene, you got 3 seasons.
So their reveal that they were making a season 2 was he puts chapter 1 on a shelf and then pulls out chapter 2, and there's 3 chapters. And there's 3 chapters on the shelf.
Okay.
You're revealing a spoiler, but okay.
But I mean, because you're saying from a post credit, yeah, because literally they show how many seasons they're gonna have on the shelf.
I just wanted to say Revelio.
Volumes of the tale there are.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. But so, do you guys agree with what he's saying? Does that make sense to you? Hey, it's not canceled, folks.
Yeah. I think.
Grave, throw your salt on this.
A lot.
Okay, let me get my salt out. Let me get salt.
Go ahead. Go on,
I think this is kind of going along with the mix-up at Disney Plus with Marvel as well. I think that's what's happening is they're re-releasing their schedule and stuff like that, so they don't have anything planned. So usually when stuff is shelved for a couple years, they don't generally come back unless you're lost. That's off for a year and a half.
Man,
Rick and
it
Morty,
hurt
who was
you,
off for
didn't
like
it?
2 years before they came out with another season.
But we
it
didn't know the
hurt you
stats on-
bad, didn't it? Like,
But
it-
yeah, but I mean, it's just because they don't have anything written doesn't mean it's not coming back.
Right.
But with the slate that's moving around behind the scenes, who knows? I mean, Dark Crystal seemed like it's going to have a season 2 on Netflix, then got canceled.
Netflix cancels a lot of shit though.
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Netflix and nobody cancels more shit than Netflix and NBC. They just can't.
HBO.
Well,
HBO
now
has been more recent.
Yeah.
Recently, they've been canceling a lot of stuff, but I mean, like Netflix cancels good shows.
that's true. They do. Like, it's like they overthink their budget, and then they like overspend, and then
Well-
they have to like cancel stuff. It's
They talked
stupid.
about it, and that's the reason that they're doing what they're doing as far as like making it so people can't steal each other's passwords anymore and all that.
Yeah.
Is because they didn't get actual numbers. So like, like on social media, it would say that 500,000 people watch the show, but their numbers would say like only 50,000 people watch the show. And it's like, okay, well, based on numbers, show didn't do well, so we're not gonna renew it. But the problem is because everybody was sharing passwords, that they couldn't get like actual numbers on who was watching the show.
Yeah.
So they canceled a lot of good shows because of that kind of BS.
Gotcha.
I mean, I could also see, to Salty's point, I do think that's what it really is. But I also think that if it is like an anthology, like a volume, each volume, then they could make it its own thing. So like this is volume 1 and it's just called Willow or whatever it's called. And then volume 2 could be something else, and they're going to work on it and spend as much time on volume 2 as they did on volume 1 in pre-production.
I can see them saying that Willow is canceled and they bring back season 2 as something completely different. Like I can see that, where it's like it's not Willow, it's
another one of the characters from that universe.
I'm forgetting her name right now. The character they're trying to protect the entire time.
You got me, dude.
I haven't watched it
at all.
Yeah, I don't remember her name right now, but like she's like, she's the character from the original movie too. She was the baby that they
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, like
another spoiler. Great.
Yeah. I guess because they do reveal that pretty early on. But anyways, let's move on. Let's go.
Okay.
You're the one
Speaking
who's
of-
asking questions, James.
Speaking of Disney Plus, to me, my synopsis.
Oh, I think you canceled this one too, but
No,
to me,
I
my synopsis.
I didn't do anything. I think you were messing around.
You did not add this one.
No, I didn't add that one. You're right. Okay, my bad. An official synopsis has been shared from the highly anticipated animated series X-Men 97, the story which picks up where the original X-Men cartoon series left off. Kind of cool. I like this. So the series starts with Magneto and the X-Men after the Professor X went on a long date and left for the Shi'ar space in the original show's series finale.
Oh, this means we might get the Brood. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
That would be dope if we got the Brood though.
Yeah.
So we're getting a bunch of the voice actors back. We're getting a bunch of characters back. I do have an uncanny opsis.
Uncanny opsis.
You have to do it like this, though. You have to be all.
I'm just gonna beam it to your brains.
Storm and Wolverine try to continue to the X-Men. Magneto comes in and wants to step up for Charles Xavier. Sinister comes in and tries to end the X-Men once and for all, bub.
I'm excited to see where they take this.
I
You know,
think
this-
it's an interesting concept.
Mm-hmm.
It would
I don't
be
think it's
like-
going to be in the same exact vein of what we saw of the Fox afternoon TV show. I think they're going to elevate it, kind of like how Kevin Smith took He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and elevated their story. You're like, okay, it's an exact continuation of what you knew as a kid, but now we're just going to come at it from like an adult point of view. I think they're going to do that with this.
I want to see if they do kind of what Kevin Smith did, and like you get like this new style of animation, but it's still true to the original.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if it does well, they could do it to the Batman the Animated Series. Granted, we don't have Kevin Conroy anymore, so I was just using that as an example. They could do it for Justice League. They could do it for anything.
But we're getting that on Amazon.
Yeah, we discussed this before, that the first season or two is with Kevin Conroy, his last voice acting will probably lead up into
that's the
Cape Crusader.
that's the continuation of
No, it's not.
Cape Crusader was.
No, that's what I'm saying, because like this is supposed to be a continuation. Like, oh hey, we've had 20 years in between this, but we're gonna pick up right where we left off. You know what I mean? Like, I was just gonna say, I thought if it goes well,
I was gonna say
something.
sorry,
go ahead.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry I interrupted you, and I'm an asshole for that.
Yeah.
I
wasn't gonna say anything, but
I had to admit it because I feel bad that I interrupted you. So I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. But I was gonna say
anyway. As I was saying, I mean, oh wait, sorry.
I was gonna say hot take. Diedrich Bader as Batman. I think Diedrich Bader did a really good job as Batman in Brave and the Bold. So I mean, I think he would do a good job taking up the helm.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he's got that. And he didn't he do wasn't he involved in the Thicc as well, the animated?
I think
was he the Thicc? I thought he was the Thicc in the animated.
No, I don't think he was the Thicc. I know that Rob Paulson played Mothman. What was his name?
He always called him by his actual name.
Arthur.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to zone out for a second to get it. I was like, "Come on, Mind Palace, don't fail me now."
Friend of the show, Rob Paulson played Arthur.
Oh, okay. I just, for some reason, I thought Diedrich Bader had something to do with the Thicc. Maybe I'm thinking of Maybe I'm thinking of Brave and Bold. I don't know. Sorry, I got my wires crossed. Apologize.
Back to the X-Men. 97 is coming this fall to Disney Plus.
Sorry, Townsend Coleman played the Thicc, who Townsend was one of the original Ninja Turtles.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Okay, enough Batman talk. Jesus. Speaking of Uncanny X-Men, Frey, this one's for you. You're going to like this one. An Uncanny event is coming to this year's San Diego Comic-Con.
Yay!
During
I
Marvel's
won't be there.
During Marvel's Unlimited X-Men 60 Uncanny Years live virtual event, Marvel Comics announced D23, the official Disney fan club, will host the first ever real-life Hellfire Gala when the annual convention returns to San Diego on July 22nd.
This is a lie, but only because Disney is saying that it's the first official Hellfire Gala, even though the Hellfire Gala happens every year at LA Comic-Con.
Okay, now who's
All
salty?
Right.
Jesus.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I sprinkled it above him.
Salty because multiple friends of the show have been involved with the Hellfire Gala.
Right, but this one's at San Diego Comic-Con.
But this is the show, man. It's the show.
Yeah.
So angry, sir. Come on.
I think it's really cool because they always had a big cosplay competition. So to go all Hellfire Gala on it, I think that's kind of neat.
What I'm salty about is literally that it says first ever real life Hellfire Gala.
And I was going to say that even though it's not the first one ever, so get with the Disney peeps and, make them change it.
Maybe it's the official. Right? Maybe this is the official. And maybe the other ones weren't galas. Maybe the other ones were like luncheons. Yeah.
No, because that's what when we interviewed everybody at LA Comic-Con, they were all saying they're getting ready for the Hellfire Gala. One
Hey.
of our friends of the show being
Hey, where's those interviews?
Hum and H2 came on the show. I'm sorry. Hum and H2 being one of them. Everybody else actually had to back out except for our guest for next week.
Gotcha. I was just giving you crap about the mic debacle on the LA Comic-Con floor.
God, those mics sounded terrible. Which again, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but next week we're gonna have Namor cosplay on the show, and he's pretty badass when it comes to his Namor cosplay. So
Namor.
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for this. I mean, again, yes, there have been Hellfire galas, right? But like, you know, this has got some Disney production behind it. They're probably inviting specific, you know, cosplayers to this.
Hum and H2 better be there.
Yeah, right. I'm sure he will be.
I
But
think
like,
the Imagineers are coming down from Anaheim, and they're going to
Right.
construct the whole thing.
exactly. This
You're going
this
to be
is
able
gonna
to
be
smell it as well as see it.
It'll be a spectacle. I like it. All right, the Disney Fan Club will reveal more details about the real-life version of the Hellfire Gala closer to San Diego Comic-Con 2023. By the way, this is all in like kind of a big push because there's a new Hellfire Gala giant-size X-Men coming out
Yeah.
later
it's-
on this
yeah.
year. So
I had seen that.
I'm
It
down.
looks cool.
I like it. Let's see what happens.
Oh yeah.
That's on my news.
What's the worst thing that could happen?
I'm sure all those cosplayers that have been a part of that are going to be there, and I hope they are. I hope they get invited to that because a lot of those cosplayers put a lot of work into those costumes, and I would love for them to be recognized for all of their work that they put into the stuff that they do for those shows.
Yeah, and a lot of them don't even get paid to do it. So it's just it's just out of their own pocket. So I'm so pro cosplayer. I hope that they go all out for them.
Exactly. Well, are we ready to review a little bit of Mando? Because it's time for the breakdown.
Oh, you know it. I'm gonna rub it in y'all's face.
Review-iosa.
James,
okay,
obviously,
there, Harry Potter.
no. James is making references to the fact that on the game streams I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh.
All he does is look for stuff in the woods.
This week I was looking for stuff in the woods. So
Exactly. It was like going on a camping trip with you. I'm like, you're just walking around the woods. That's what we're doing.
were you there? Were you there when I found the decapitated kid and had to get his wand and all kinds of stuff and fight a bunch of stuff in the woods?
No, because that's scary, and
Yeah,
I didn't want to be a part of that.
There was a reason that I was walking around looking for stuff in the woods.
And you
my
found
God.
a dead kid. That's a whole separate movie. Okay, Mandalorian season 3, episode 3, chapter 19, The Convert.
Yes.
The latest episode of The Mandalorian, The Convert, features plenty of scene setting and world building as fans get to go back to Coruscant to visit the former Imperial agents Dr. Pershing and Elia Kane. I know you guys just talked about this. While Dan and Grego take a break they took a break. They were like, hey, we're going to be here for like 5 minutes in the beginning. Let you guys have the show. We'll come back at the end.
They did kind of just like chill for like a good 30 minutes.
Right? Take a break at the
They were
Mandalorian Convert.
fleeing. They were fleeing. from-
Okay, I know you guys
Soldier.
covered this on the Nerd Out. Shout out
I
to
was
the
going to
Nerd Out.
say, hey, Graveyard,
Copperhead.
this all sounds vaguely
Very familiar.
So what did you, and I know you guys, I'm dying. You guys reviewed episode 2 already. So what did you think going from like episode 2, because everybody's like, oh my God, so amazing, you know, the Mythosaur, going into this, what were you expecting to get out of this episode? Let's start with the Grave. Salty.
Salty, yes. I felt like, as we discussed on Saturday Morning Nerd Out, was that, you know, we I felt this was a parallel convert story. We had two different convert stories going on at the same time, and they were being bookend with Mando and Bo-Katan. You know, which one's being the convert? In theory, both at this point in time. With Ellie Kane and I don't remember the scientist's name, but
Pershing.
He's Pershing.
Right,
Yeah,
Pershing.
he's also being a convert as well. So it was nice to see a parallel of what was happening in the remnants of the Empire that are being indoctrinated into the New Republic, and how that parallels what Mando and Bo-Katan are going through.
Yeah, no, and I think, I mean, I agree that they are two different yet same stories.
Mhm.
You know, you get converted one way or another. I feel like Pershing was being converted into a cult, and Bo-Katan was being converted into a cult as well. Never mind about that.
This show's all about cults.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't know, because Pershing was kind of already in a cult, because Pershing was kind of a fascist before going into the cult. So,
Well, I felt like his reformation was genuine, and like he wanted to do something to benefit the Republic, and he's a geneticist, and he specializes in cloning. So yeah, you know, he wants to try to clone organs to keep people alive and stuff, and that is great. But they're not going to let him do it because of the shit he did for the Empire.
It was weird though. Like, why put him in front of the Senate and have him do this big old speech to have him not do it? It's almost like they were setting him up to be like, yeah, you're gonna do some stuff to make us all live longer, right? You know?
Well,
It was
so
kind of
he-
weird. Like, why would they
yeah.
not? Why would they even put him on that stage if they don't plan on using him somehow?
I think it was like part of his reformation from like his going through the amnesty program, because that's what, you know, he was in the amnesty program.
Right.
And that may have just been like the final thing, like, hey, what did you learn, you know, what are you, kind of that 12-step, you know, program. Hey, let me apologize for all the atrocities I did while I was in this cult. But
Let me make out for that. Let me clone you a steak or something.
right, yeah, let me clone you this liver so you can drink more or whatever. But but yeah, so I think that he was genuine in that. I just always think that if it was animated, he'd be a little mouse, because that's how I feel. Like he's a little mouse. Now he might be an evil little mouse like the brain, but he's still a little mouse. So but yeah, no, I think that he was genuine. I think that he got caught in a honeypot. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Totally.
So, whereas Bo-Katan, I think she's shaken. She's shook after seeing the mythosaur, and then Jaren didn't see that, and so he, you know, so she doesn't have anybody to say, "Hey, I saw it too," and so she's got a lot to think about there. And then she gets welcomed into another tribe, and you know, because her tribe decided to F off. So.
Right. Which I think they're going to be back, because I think this is going to be somehow like Sasha Banks, you know, or actually Mercedes Monet now. She was one of the night owls that was with Bo-Katan, and she must have left. But I think she's going to be back because she was at the premiere. So I think must have a part later on in this.
What really surprised me out of all of this was that end, kind of like timed end scene and situation going on, where they kind of induct her into the
Children of the Watch,
into the Children of the Watch, and it's almost reluctant for her, because she's just kind of like, she's seeing like this dedication, and that he has a reason for life, like he has a reason for doing what he does. But at the same time, she was almost tricked into becoming a part of the Children of the Watch, because she, you know, like he's telling her, the way he talked to her was, "Don't take off your helmet. It'll it'll be better for you because they won't fuck with you if you don't take off your helmet." And then it turns out, since you bathed in the waters, have you taken your helmet off? Well, no. Then you are a member of of our covert.
I think I think it's good she doesn't take her helmet off because I don't think she has a good poker face. And she's like, "Hey, Din, did you see a monster?"
Yeah.
No? Okay, yeah, no, okay, great. Okay, no. Like, did you take your helmet off? I'll kick your butt here in this cave?
Right.
No, I didn't. No. Okay, cool. You're one of us. But I think all the children on the watch, I think Din, we were all thinking like, "Hey, Din, you're kind of a weird zealot caught in this old school like religion." But you look around, all those other people are children of the watch. All those other Mandalorians are children of the
right.
Like they have their own religion, so to speak, now that there is no Death Watch or whatever. So I think it's them kind of weirdly banding together to try to get this done. By the way, can we just roll back to the very beginning?
Yeah.
That fight scene with the TIE fighters or the TIE
Oh my
TIE
gosh, that was so cool.
So dope. I'm so excited. I was so excited to see that dog fight.
Because he's just like on her flank the entire time and just like helping her out the whole time. Like it's a really good fight sequence,
It's almost like
Razor
they
Crest.
care about each other.
Yeah,
like
totally.
they want to join their tribe.
No, you know what? I don't think that's after watching this episode. I don't think that they're going that route that they're going to get married. As much as that guy, I was already against that. It's after this episode, I'm further away from that because it seems more like she is going to be a part. Like basically, she's going to bridge the gap. Like she's a child of the old and the new, right? I think that she is. She grew up in the new ways of the Mandalorians. As she's going to learn the old ways of the Mandalorians. She's going to bridge those gaps, and that's how she brings the tribes together. That's how she brings the clans together. Because, it's
by being the Hillary to Din's Bill. That's right. Exactly.
The armorer has a lot of power. She could be ordained. She could just be like, "Do you still have your helmet on? Do you have your helmet on? You're married."
But she does say,
exactly.
she does say,
Grogu, you're the ring bearer.
She says, Bo-Katan.
You may now not kiss the bride.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we talked about it last week about how they were moving away from the word clan, right? And she very, very outspokenly says, "My name is Bo-Katan of Clan Kreese," right? But so there was something I mentioned, and I wanted to get your guys' reactions on this, right? There's something I mentioned in the group chat earlier this week about who watched the episode, right? Yeah. So now you guys have both watched it. You know what I'm talking about. That final scene when they induct her into the Death Watch.
Children of the Watch.
The children, or they keep calling it Children of the Watch, but it's the Death Watch. We know it's the Death Watch. Tell me you could not feel past Vizsla's anger.
Oh, yeah.
In that whole thing. Like, not only does he hate Bo-Katan, but and does he hate Din Djarin? Like, he hates the fact that Din Djarin was inducted back into the Death Watch.
And he's got the Darksaber.
Right. He hates Din Djarin that much. But on top of that, he blames, I know, maybe not Paz himself, and I'm sure he does, but Clan Vizsla blames the fall of Clan Vizsla on Clan Kreese.
Yeah.
So the fact that he sees Bo-Katan become a member of Death Watch, he's pissed.
I don't know if he hates Din. I just think he knows that Din has the saber.
He doesn't like Din. He doesn't like Din.
But then why would he go save Din in season 1?
A fellow up in here.
Yeah,
it's like you got Iago gunning for Othello because Othello's got everything Iago wants.
Right.
That's exactly what it is.
It's,
Just
it's
Mandalorian.
more about honor. It's more about honor. So the whole thing is that he is, a prominent member of Death Watch. I mean, his family started Death Watch. He's a prominent member. There are certain codes and things that you live by within that clan, and it's kind of like Din Djarin is a member of that clan. So the whole thing is like, as much as I hate this dude, I have to fight and defend him because he's a part of my clan. He's technically a part of my family.
Frey, you said Iago, and I immediately thought the parrot from Aladdin. So I totally missed.
Like,
no, you're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine too, huh?
We're
Totally missed what you're saying.
We are not talking Shakespeare right now, okay?
You
We're not.
are all Luddites. You're Luddites.
Am I still a Luddite? I knew what you were talking about.
You get a pass. You get a pass.
Jafar!
I'm just saying it is. It's just like Othello. You got this jealous kid, this jealous guy who wants everything that this other guy has, and he's going to do everything he can to get it. And you know who's going to suffer? The women.
Does that mean that Din is a Moor? I guess technically he is a Moor.
He's, you know what? It fits because he's an outsider. Like he wasn't. He was a foundling. And so
they're all that's why they're called the children of the Watch. They're all like these orphans that were raised by, Death Watch. So now they're like the children of the Watch. So they could be from 10 different planets.
Not the Vizslas though. The Vizslas,
but not him.
Were part of,
not him. Yeah. But the children of the Watch. That's why all their armor looks so different.
I'm betting the armor was also part of Death Watch as well.
Yeah, I mean, she knows the ins and outs. She knows everything about it. It seems like she's the one that taught Paz how the ways of the Watch. Like, I mean,
I could just see her being like the royal armorer for the Vizsla family. You know what I mean? So I think that armorers are probably their priests.
Yeah,
I do think
very much so. I believe that 100%. I believe that.
Okay, I have a couple questions for you guys. So she kind of mentioned it. She kind of teased it in the beginning. Bo-Katan's like, yeah, I kind of pissed off some like imperial warlords or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think that is? Like, who came after her with all these TIE interceptors? What do you think was Gideon?
So, Graveyard, do you want to answer it or should I?
It's Thrawn.
It's Thrawn.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you not watch Rebels?
Yeah,
are you calling it now?
He is the only one that has that much firepower, like in this time frame. The rest of them are just so scattered; they wouldn't have that many, and especially that many interceptors. There's regular TIE fighters, then I might be like, okay, this is probably Gideon. But interceptors, those are hardcore. Those are
advanced TIE fighters, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said before. It's in the EU. It's the Imperial Remnant that he took control over. And if we're saying that Space Swamp Thing is going to be the villain of Skeleton Crew, and they're talking about the unknown regions, that's where Thrawn came from. So it has to be Thrawn.
Yeah, it's all lining up.
Thrawn's not hanging out near Mandalore.
It's pretty far out it's in the outer core.
Yeah, I mean it's
pretty far out. It's close to the unknown region.
Why are they still looking for Ezra?
Why
if Ezra's like a hop, skip, and a jump from them,
Well, they don't know where Thrawn is. Just because he's sending out these interceptors, that means that he's sent out a ship. That
he just sent out an Imperial cruiser with the stuff on there.
I'm gonna put it out there. I think it's Gideon.
I don't think it's Gideon. I don't think Gideon has that much power.
Well, you're allowed to have your opinion.
We floated that Gideon's probably dead.
I don't think he's dead because isn't Giancarlo Esposito listed as the cast member?
How about this is the flashback to his death scene?
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Or how about
ruin my life right there?
Well, how about it's a flashback to when Grogu first met Moff Gideon?
Maybe.
I mean, it could be something like that. There are so many ways that they can do it.
Right.
So.
I don't know. The way they set up all this with Pershing and Elia Kane. By the way, I love Elia Kane. I think she needs to be in this more because I like this whole double agent, like triple agent kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, happening. I think it's kind of fun to see what's
I
happening.
think she is. I think she's going to be Thrawn's representative for
exactly
Mandalorian, the Mandalorian show.
Exactly. All right, what else do you guys want to talk about this episode?
I was gonna say, I mean, for the most part, we've gotten like the majority of what happens, the gist of what happens in the episode. Is there anything else you guys want to bring up?
I do.
What do you got, James?
How come they kept saying Tong's Day and like Bendu Day or something like that?
They have a 5-day work. They have a 5-day week, and those are the 5 days of the work week.
Yeah.
So Tong's Day is like Monday. They're like Tong's Day.
Yeah.
Tong's Days.
Am I right?
All right.
Yeah. There was that. I was trying to think about. I don't know. I still think they're gonna walk down the aisle. Now I don't know if they're really gonna get married, but I do think they're gonna walk down the aisle. I think something's gonna happen, and it's gonna unite all the Mandalorians because they're gonna go. The Imperial remnants are gonna go after Den and Bo-Katan, and they're gonna pick their wedding to do it.
And Moff Gideon will ruin
style.
it.
Right. I do have a couple Easter eggs.
I
Just
think
kind of real
that-
quick.
I was just gonna say I think maybe I'm missing House of the Dragon a little too much.
There you go. There you go. Couple Easter eggs. You know when Kane and Pershing were walking through Coruscant,
Mm-hmm.
like, and they saw the tallest peak on Coruscant. That was like a callback to like some extended universe stuff, but
Yes.
also like the backdrop was very and like an homage to like Ralph McQuarrie's original paintings of what Coruscant looked like. So I thought that was cool.
I just love in this show in general, they do a lot of McQuarrie, like, you know, kind of callbacks and whatnot, like just from the droids to characters that he took out of like certain movies and backdrops that he pulled out of movies.
Filoni. It's all Filoni.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And they meld it with such new things. They introduce all the newer concepts, but they meld it with the old stuff so well. It's just, I don't know. It's a series that feels real, even though we know we all don't have spaceships, you know. So.
You
for
don't?
yourself.
Yeah.
My other Easter egg, I thought this was kind of fun one. When Pershing and Kane were walking through that carnival, you know, through Coruscant, there was an upbeat version of John Williams' March of the Resistance.
Yeah, I heard that.
That could be playing.
Awesome.
I'm like, oh, so I as soon as I read that, I went back and listened to it. I'm like, oh yeah, that is it. That's kind of interesting, you know.
That is interesting.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, what? Okay, let's rate this. Grave, rate this out of 10.
Oh, I was going to say, I have one more question. You guys got?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think the whole Doctor part is the Rogue One of the explanation of how somehow the Emperor returns?
I've heard this theory, and I think it does tie into that. I think that they are. What I love about what Filoni does is he takes, here's something that happened in the movies that everyone hates. Here's something that happened that nobody got an explanation for, and puts a well thought out explanation to it. You know, like he bridged all of the prequels with the sequels in a way, or with the prequels with the originals in a way that now people don't hate the prequels anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I think he's going to find a way to do the same thing with the sequels. He's going to take, here are concepts that people were super pissed off about and didn't like, and let me find a way to bridge that into what's going on. I think that he is going to find a way to make it to where Pershing and his cloning and everything like that is going to bridge how we get I was going to say Mr.
Snoke.
I'm still thinking about X-Men.
Emperor.
Emperor Palpatine, you know.
Mhm.
So
I mean, he
think
made
that-
Comtanos relevant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I was gonna say that he's the master. Like, if he was the Jedi master, his like specialty would be making things make sense.
Yeah. He does a really good job.
Absolutely. Yeah, he does. He's like, okay, so you're saying this is the end result. I can make a path to that. You know,
Yeah.
it's like he's working backwards. He's working in reverse, and he does it really well. I have been very impressed. I really like the Book of Boba Fett. I think a lot of people were just upset that he wasn't going out and gunning everybody down.
Yeah,
But,
I didn't have a problem with Book of Boba Fett. Like I felt that it was a very nuanced story and that it told a deeper, more connecting story of Boba Fett. A lot of people didn't like it because they were just like, oh, well, yeah, he's not this, silent badass that kills everybody that gets in his way. Okay, I get it. I understand that, but I do like the idea of making him a more connected character.
Yeah.
Some people, most people aren't going to agree with me on that, but I did enjoy that story. Plus, there are scenes in Book of Boba Fett that are super badass. Boba riding a Rancor. Come on, dude.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, I mean, and one of my favorite fight scenes that Din Djarin is actually in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So that scene with all the, like, he's in the slaughterhouse.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that.
But I mean, even with
fight
that
scene was fan-freaking-tastic.
But like even with that, like you have an Old West gunfight and in the climax of that show. Like, people forget that Boba Fett was a gunslinger, and Din Djarin is even more of a gunslinger than Boba Fett is. So you have two guys who have been billed as these gunslingers, just wrecking everybody that gets in their way. But I do also like the idea of Boba's a little bit older. He's not as fast as he used to be. He's getting shot. He's finding ways to make it out of a fight and things like that. Like, he's resourceful.
He also wants to set down roots.
Yeah,
he wants to have that family. He saw with Den that even though he's a loner, he has family. He's got this support system, and Boba didn't have that, and so he wanted it again.
All right. You guys have any other questions about this episode that you want to throw out there?
Nope.
Are we gonna rate it? Let's rate it.
Let's go ahead and rate it, guys. Graveyard, what's your rating on this?
It is 8 yellow Imperial cookies out of 10 data pads.
Yeah. The biscuits.
Yes.
Biscuits. I so
Travel
want them
biscuits.
Now.
I know. I totally
want
want those biscuits. I'm
Dark
sure
Side does have cookies.
I'm
No,
sure
it does
Disneyland.
officially.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm sure Disneyland is gonna have those because they do. James, what's your rating on this?
I liked it. I like that it gave me enough dogfighting and moving the plot, enough Mandalorian, but also told this other side story that was interesting. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of Andor. I liked Andor, but I'm not going to go back and watch Andor.
Oh, I love Andor.
But this is the type of story that I liked, just enough of that Andor-y espionage feel, that I liked.
Right.
Without Andor showing me some old man dying of old age. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. You died at old age at a factory. I get it. But I would give this
I think
9.
you missed the whole message of Andor. I think it went right over your head.
James is like, I don't care about how you start a rebellion. I just want to see the rebellion.
I got it. We all saw that. Don't show me a man dying. Don't show me this old man dying.
Jesus, James, give me your rating.
9 mythosaurs out of 10 Bo-Katan poker face helmets.
Frey, give me your rating here.
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask, and I don't have anything prepared.
Oh God.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna give it.
Okay, Phil, go.
9. I'm gonna give it 9.
Destroyed Mandalorian castles.
No, I'm gonna give it 9. I'm trying to be nice, so I'm gonna give it 9 gurgles from Grogu out of 10 Bo-Katan ships. Because that
She
thing
does have a
is
badass ship.
fire.
Yes. She does have a completely badass ship.
That's a Lego set.
It is, actually.
What about you, Phil?
I'm going to go ahead and give this 9. I had something in my head and I just brain farted right now. I'm going to go ahead and give this 9 Imperial decommissioned shipyards out of 10 TIE interceptors in mass.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Like
You guys really saw the point of having an old man die in Andor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all
Are you
need to be
talking about his mother?
Hold on.
You all need to be mind flared.
Oh, no. You're talking about that other guy.
Spoilers!
Yes, it did. Somebody got their faith back.
Okay.
Like, which old man is he talking about?
Oh my God.
All right. Predictions episode. Oh, we're like hours away.
Yeah.
Hours away. What do you guys think? Give me a
Yeah,
prediction.
we're totally at
give
hours
me
away.
one thing. One thing.
Do you want to hear my Who Rescues Grogu theory?
Does it have to do with a marriage?
It
No.
probably has to do with the marriage.
Okay. All right.
Who buys him
Okay,
the
go.
toaster at the wedding?
Who buys the
I am
Okay.
not obsessed with weddings. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not. I just think it's going to happen. All right. So I will. Okay. So people are saying Quinlan Voss, that they've got their money that Quinlan Voss is going to be the one that rescues Grogu, and I think the episode name is The Foundling, so it may be about Grogu and who rescues him. So people are saying Quinlan Voss, and I think that was great. I loved him in the Clone Wars. I've loved him in all of his appearances that I've seen.
Especially with all the Easter eggs for Quinlan Voss that we've been seeing, like it would make sense.
Yes, because knowing that I guess one of the characters that they deleted was actually supposed to be Quinlan Voss in one of the prequels, and also in like Obi-Wan Kenobi, it had a lot of the they even mentioned him in that. So I think it's a good idea, but my way out there theory is Grogu rescues himself.
Okay.
You got to think about it. So when Leia was blown up in The Last Jedi, she used the Force to keep herself alive and get herself back into the ship where she could actually survive. So that was a life or death situation. She had been trained by Luke, but not completely trained. She just, enough to learn the power. So Grogu would have been in that same situation. He was in a life or death situation that he could feel. And so he, basically channels the Force, takes out all the troopers. There's either the Emperor senses it or there's someone there that makes the decision to, after Grogu passes out, because remember he was doing that in season 1. After expending the Force, so still all fits. So he passes out. Whoever's left, instead of killing him, they capture him and take him to the Emperor, because the Emperor's already started this cloning program.
Okay.
And he knows he's got, he senses that power in him when he has that big burst of Force energy.
Right. We got some munchkins on the screen.
Oh, hey.
Speaking of cloning program,
He does have twins, so they are clones.
There you go.
Hi.
She can't hear you. She doesn't have headphones. What are you doing? Going to bed? Okay. We're gonna put him to bed.
All right. Well, guys, with do we still have theories?
Yes.
All right.
You
Give me
ready?
your theory.
It's quick and simple. A flash of purple, a 1 hour man saves Grogu.
Yes. Oh, that would be the greatest because everybody's been talking about him coming back, right? It's like,
Right.
oh yeah, he got his arm cut off by Anakin Skywalker at the behest of Palpatine, and then him coming back. You know, like because I've been saying it would have made sense for him to come back against Boba Fett, right? Because like there's so much pathos in that story between him and like him
and Boba.
like,
Yeah.
if Boba saw Mace, he would lose it.
Yeah.
This is the man that killed my father. Like he would lose it, right?
He'd see beyond Red.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like,
I
I was
think-
hoping we were going to see him in Book of Boba.
I think Mace's last action, so confirm that he dies, is saving Grogu from Order 66.
I like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
think I think that's a great one. It's
Like
equally as
the
good.
whole like, oh, their Mace Windu is gonna come back. I'm like, whatever. As you were talking, then you said he's the one that saves Grogu. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
a
Mace
good one.
Windu saves Grogu. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I would love that. I would love that. And then like he has like a patch as an Easter egg for, hey, I'm also Nick Fury.
I know, right?
Go to the
that's funny.
go to the Marvel pub and watch me on all that.
Mace Windu has an eye patch and he's missing an arm.
Yeah.
So he's the Winter Soldier and he's Nick Fury.
There you go. Nikki Soldier.
Nicky Soldier. James,
A
you
new
got anything
comedy coming soon from the
Right.
Star Wars.
on Disney Plus.
I think. Okay, my prediction. Do you have a prediction?
I really don't have any right now,
All right,
man. Really,
so-
I do have something going on, but
My prediction is that R5D4, we're gonna get his story. He's gonna get redeemed, and then he's gonna be like the next R2. Like everybody's gonna fall in love with R5D4. Like he's gonna be redeemed, and he's gonna be on shirts everywhere. Speaking of shirts,
oh wait,
We
wait,
got-
wait! Before you say it, let you. You're teeing yourself up.
we got
Okay, go.
merch, people.
We got merch.
We got hats. They're $35, and if you buy multiple hats, they're $30. Even though we don't have multiple hats anymore, so they're $35. So if you want a shirt, we got shirts. Oh yeah, there you go. We got shirts, various sizes. Arc, we're gonna work on your shirt size, so we'll get that to you as soon as we get back from Joe. Shout out to Joe. Shirts are $20 or $25 if we gotta ship it to you. And then if you can't wait for us, because I understand that we're slow, go to lucharillas.com and get yourself some Distance Nerdorilla merch. So you can get shirts.
Right.
You can get bump boxes. You can get bottle openers. What else can you get? Oh, the memory card. You can get a memory card.
Yeah,
You can get a cough drop.
definitely. You need one, dude.
And you can order a cough drop. Yeah, lucharillas.com.
But just
Go check it
one.
out.
Absolutely. With that being said, guys, let's talk schedules. Let's talk schedules here. Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch us on Mondays. James mentioned it earlier already in what we do on Mondays. Game streams on Mondays from 8 to 12 on a normal basis. Now, this Monday, I'm actually going to be a little bit later than usual because I have a dentist appointment. So I'm probably not going to. Sorry. I'm probably not going to be on until about 10 or 11. James is over here just playing the shuffle. Look at this.
I feel like I'm on one of those game shows now.
I think Graveyard's getting sick. I'm just looking at him right now. He's like, okay,
It's mainly an audio podcast. It's just for me.
So Mondays, game streams 8 to 12. Right now, I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy. It is very hard for me to put that freaking game down because it is just way too much fun. Tuesdays, the download, the show you're watching right now from 6:30 to 8:30, or you're listening to in the aftermath of the craziness that we've done. 6:30 to 8:30, we talk rumors. I know, right? News, rumors, breakdowns like you just heard right now, reviews, all that kind of stuff, guys. Catch us on Tuesdays, 6:30 to 8:30. Thursdays, the build from 6 to 8. Everybody's favorite show. One, because James isn't on it.
That's rude. I can build stuff.
Two, because Graveyard's on it.
Being less salty. It's the low sodium version.
Sodium.
The low sodium version, even though Graveyard is doing some pretty badass March Nerdness brackets. Oh, so guys, get in on the March Nerdness brackets while I build the DeLorean, which is what I'm building right now. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier, guys. This Thursday, we're going to be talking to Namor cosplay. So if you guys ever see that big Namor cosplayer that's all over social media, yeah, it's usually the same dude. It's usually Namor cosplay. He's going to be on the show this Thursday. We're going to be having some fun talking to him about his cosplay and all the fun
stuff. He's the Namor with abs.
He's the Namor with like he's got the washboard abs.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
You've probably seen pictures of him. Frey will be in and out on Thursdays.
Yeah, I will be occasionally helping with the
so there's a spot open?
Insanity that is the
James, I invite you.
See?
Okay. Graveyard, you can invite him all you want. He's not going to come.
Wow.
You know why he's not going to come? Because he's on dad duty. He has 37 kids at his house.
Oh, I thought you were saying because I'm the desert.
He has to take care of all 37 of the kids that live at his house right now. So, I mean, he's got all that going on.
Bring your kids over. I'll take care of them.
Exactly.
Mr. Mom, right?
Mr. Mom. You know what? That just means that maybe he might become Batman.
Yeah, right.
Or Birdman.
Training a whole
Birdman. Yeah, right.
Whole crew of Robins.
So, guys, Grave and Frey Girl, you guys do stuff outside of distance nerding. I need your guys' pluggables. Put yourselves over. Tell us what you guys do outside of DN. Let's go.
Well, hi, I'm Frey Girl. The
Friar Girl.
The Friar Girl. Frey is Spanish for friar, apparently.
Oh.
Las Fresas, I guess.
You're saying that to the one of us that speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just looked it up and it looked cool.
Is it different in Tagalog?
Could be. If you put fry some pork at the end, then maybe.
I don't know.
We love to fry our pork.
It said to go ahead and that it was. Yeah. It was
I believe you. I totally believe you. Sorry. Derailed.
Wow.
He's derailing your pluggables.
I know, right? I have been so on topic this whole
I enjoy the break room.
episode.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So I'm Frey Girl. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Frey Girl. On Instagram, I'm at Gotham_Oracle. I do mod the break room, which is a new Rockstars production. I do that Monday through Friday, and it's at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also am a mod on their Discord and a mod on the KCP Discord as well. So check us out there too. We just started a show, and it's Graveyard's baby called Saturday Morning Nerd Out, and we had our first show last Saturday, and it was awesome. We had such fun and talked about so many things and went over on time like we always do everywhere else. And but yeah, so yeah, check me out there as well. I have stepped back from the After Dark for a little while. I'll be an occasional host there and also on the build as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a step back and maybe clean my house.
But we're still going to catch you on Tuesdays, though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here every Tuesday. So, yeah, I can't leave you all without my wacky theories.
Exactly.
So
We
you
need
guys can go, oh my god, that's never gonna happen.
we need all the Frey in our lives.
So,
Graveyard.
get me off this big screen.
Graveyard. Tell everybody about where they can find you.
They mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
Yes. So I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly podcast. Release new episodes every Wednesday. Maybe not at midnight in 50 minutes because I haven't worked on that one yet. But on top of that, you can find me 4 days a week over at Kyber K Productions on various shows, gaming, nerding out, after dark. Top of that, I'm also a mod at the Kyber K Productions Discord server. So if you want to come nerd out with us, come join us. Nerd out. We want to hear from you guys a lot. And on top of that, I'm also, let's say, 1.25 episodes a week at Distance Learning.
Hey, that's more than I do.
You can also see me harassing Peter Underbottom on Mondays.
He actually came up with that name, ladies and gentlemen. So
I'm also the PA here at Distance Learning too.
yeah, he's the beard in the chair for all of our
Yes.
fun at on Distance Nerding Gaming.
Yep. So check us out. Podcast is at Pod Out at Night, and we are now partnering with ComCon Radio as well, just like these lovely people here at Distance Learning.
Oh my gosh, that's
I know.
amazing!
We
Are
are
you? I did not know that.
family.
They mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
I got all my podcast shows with me.
They mostly pod at night. Mostly. So that being said,
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
That being
you
said,
said it.
Mhm.
I think James is forgetting that it's his line.
oh, are we down there? Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on and let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post.
Guys, every week I tell you, and you got to do it. You got to go head over to distancenerding.com. Top left corner, hit the button. You'll see it right there. Join the taco party. Guys, be super cool. Like everybody else who's joined the taco party, you can join the taco party and buy us a taco. And what do tacos do? They help us continue keeping the lights on. They help us go to more shows and see more of you and do more things for you and buy more prizes to give to you. Ladies and gentlemen, connect with us at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. Of course, you can email us. Send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com. We'll read it on air. Send us emails. I want you guys to send us emails. Please send us emails. I want you to send me an email.
And you don't even have to say send us good emails.
Yeah, it can just be like hi.
Yeah.
You know,
Are you saying mine wasn't a good email?
your email was
Shout-
amazing, but you were the
This
last.
is very sarcastic.
It could
You know?
be shout me out on the next show. It could be
Seriously.
yeah.
Thanks. And keep
You can
nerding.
say I love Graveyard's beard. I want to see more of his beard.
Right.
You gotta say it loud, okay?
Okay.
Say it loud. Go. Say
So
it.
that being said,
And keep nodding together.
oh God,
Oh.
that was the most horrible thing ever. And it is now time for the dance party. I'm gonna need you to make your children dance, James.
You gotta dance.
Here we go.
Do a Stormtrooper one thing.
The bat who laughs.
Distance nerding.
Good job, everybody.
What's that?
It's like a lion.
I'm the bravest, you see.
Trying to get him to do the Batusi.
See everybody on Thursday.